Welcome to episode 210, 9 away from the 219 mega episode.
I got some leads on some spots. I think we might be able to get that done. Live show. Get the region in the house.
Is it going to be from Tavern on the Oaks? I mean, there's not anywhere more region than that.
Man, I have a real question. I went and hung out with a guy that wasn't a region guy. A little pregame Trikoff dinner. Like, do you guys feel like we're so close to everyone? Because he was like, "Oh man, you're just right down the road." I was like, "Dude, it was 50 minutes for me to get here.
Yeah.
I'm just as far as you are."
In the region, everything seems so close because it's like I half the time I swear I don't know what direction I'm facing or I'm going. I'm like I know Lowell and Crown Point are close. I know like Cherville, Maryville, Hobart. I don't know what I cannot tell you. I guess
if you're over by the mall, it's confusing because like Hobart annexed some land from Maryville at some point. So that is
like but I can't tell you what direction Maryville is from Hobart. I want to say south, but I also not. I don't think I could. I don't think you. If you told me what direction from Hobart do you need to go to get to Maryville?
Man, I'll give you. So Route 30 runs east and west right through the region. Route 41 north and south. You keep going north, you run right into a lake.
I do know that. I do know that. Then you throw in like Chesterton, and I don't know. I know enough, but everything is like so. And you just like go from small. I mean, they're not even towns; they're some cities and cities. Like one of the first times my wife's dad came over, it was when we were over this way, and we were in Waterloo. So then we'd go to Waterloo to Auburn to like Garrett, and that's discernible that you're in a different area. He's like, what part? We'd be driving through like Auburn. It's like, what part of Indiana are we in now? We're still in Auburn. We're still in Auburn, but it's like, so like you never know when you actually cross over into different territories. Other than the game colors.
I thought about taking Travis out to the Tavern on the Oaks, but we didn't go.
Culture
that's a real slice of life. Trying to get my boy Hawk to set it up where we can go 219 show, get some special guests. Seen Hawk this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely need to. We're gonna keep an eye out for that. It's coming up.
We might do a little meet and greet Carnahan this weekend. Got some guys coming from the south. It sounds like.
Yeah,
we'll probably stay Crown Point Square though.
Yeah, it should be. That's gonna be a good one. We're gonna talk about that. You got a lot going on. You got. I'm pretty positive I'm gonna head to Indy for the RAF. So that's a good card. So tickets are still on sale. If you guys want to go, I've talked to a lot of people that sounds like they're going. So, if you don't have anything to do, I know some of the people like Brownsburg were talking about it, but they're obviously going to be at Carnahan, and that's not a tournament that gets over very early because it's a tough. Are they still only running like 4 mats?
They're only running 4 mats.
Yeah,
they got a whole field house. They could probably run it a little bit more, right?
Yeah, they could. Throw in 3 or 4 more and get that first couple right. Be like the Curry Clash, and they ran like 12 mats or something for the first like 2 rounds.
Yeah, they probably could. I mean, they got a pretty nice field house over there.
Yeah,
but you can get 8 mats in there over there.
Yeah, all you need is like if you do 8, you'd get that. It would help out a lot. The bad thing is you pay officials too.
They got a wrestling room, don't they? They put those guys in there.
Yeah, it's right off the gym too.
Seeing it, man. I seen it this weekend. I just peeked in there for a second. I said, I went to go get the Wi-Fi password. I peeked in there. I said, I'll wait.
They actually have Wi-Fi there still?
It's a kind at New Tech High School. Man,
New Tech.
They just redid that gym. That gym is gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
That place looks bright. It doesn't it did have character before. It looked like an old
don't
gym.
Don't say that. Chris Trikoff went door to door to get that place built. I remember Watkins told me a story one time that Chris Trikoff was the original AD, NCAA champion. Chris Trikoff,
yes,
went door to door in Black Oak, and he said that Like he came up on this house, and this lady like opened the door, and she's like, "Hey, we're taking donations to build the high school field house." And she's like, "Well, my husband ran off on me. Like I'm past due on my rent. They're about to kick me out. My kids are sick." He said, "You know what? Go ahead and keep the couple bucks. We'll find the next one. And if you're around in like 6 months, come check out the new field house that we're building." Something like that. Like Watkins tells with a lot more gusto. He was told it firsthand. I was only told through the tales.
Yeah. So, yeah, a good week of wrestling. I went to the Ironman, and Indiana did pretty well. 10 placers, 11 if you count Lucas Bow, and we count him when he wins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost to Mount Carmel kid. What looked like a really good match.
Yeah, that was a
Bus was in there. Room was a sauna. I tried to peek in there to see some of his guys wrestling. Man, it's crowded. It's hot in there. I said, I'll look at results.
Hopefully they post their results and I don't have to suffer the traumatic memories of that room.
Indiana had a good amount of guys even make it to day two because we had 14 from in-state, right? Wrestling on day two, and then Williamson and Mount Carmel is an Indiana kid. He lost in the round of advance. Then obviously Lucas Bow medaled. So
yeah, Indiana did really well. Got our first champions, 2 of them. Had 3 in the finals. Had an All Indiana semifinal. Just a really. It's one of those tournaments that you want to. I mean, we're all fans of the kids, and we want everyone to win and everything. But this is our 4th year, I believe, being there. You know how tough it is. Tough it is to get a kid in the finals. Tough it is to just place. And I always like to try to check the expectations because I don't want to go in there thinking we're going to have 25 placers, and it's such a brutal tournament. You see our state champs get teched. I mean, that's not something that happens, and then the kid loses the next round.
Yeah, I think Derek said that last year in the interview, right? Like,
yeah,
you watch one of your best guys that barely ever loses get tagged, and the next round that kid's getting tagged.
Yeah, and it's I talk to Derek a lot, and it is an absolute roller coaster. One round he's like, yeah, cloud 9, we had a good round, we won 7-1 or whatever. Next round they went 1, they go 1-7. He's like, I'm the worst coach in the world. I go, I don't know, it's like just such a roller coaster of, you're having a good round, things are rolling, and then you just run into just some bad matchups. It's such a good tournament that it's a lot of fun to watch. It is a roller coaster of just you're wrestling tough kid after tough kid. You can't. You're not getting for state and stuff. The kids. When they're preparing for the state finals and stuff, they have their 4 or 5 kids that they're going to wrestle. They have those guys prepared. They're prepared for those guys. It's not going to be a surprise. They're not going to get some random kid from Utah that you have to watch a video and hope you can figure out something and make sure you don't miss anything like that.
Well, I feel like and a lot of these guys, and I'm not saying like never have, but I was thinking like how many of these guys you think don't really get in those 1-2-2s? Like I was surprised they went to like the 1-2-2, and then now that first period is just so quick.
Yeah. How many times have those guys outside of that tournament have they done a 1-minute first period?
Yeah, and now your points are gonna be premium at that point because like if you're not very good top and bottom, like that's a sprint now, man.
Yeah, that's that's something you don't realize until you get there. I mean, a lot of those guys don't wrestle many consolation matches, which I do think that's one of the dumbest things ever. Why a consolation match is 1-2-2? I've never heard any reasoning behind it.
Yeah, I don't know either, especially at the event like that. Or the state finals too, like especially like with the team points being a premium for like the state championship.
Yeah,
like how they're determining state champs. I think that I don't know why they do that.
I'd love to know the reasoning behind it. It's always been that way. So yeah, just because no one wants to watch losers wrestle, I guess. So, yeah, great tournament.
Maybe because the gym's so small, they want to get half the fans out of there.
Yeah,
Quicker matches. The
yeah,
old Maryville semi-state rules.
yep. Connor Maddox looked really good. Overtime win in the finals. Technically was our second champ because they started at 157.
He looked really good the entire tournament. Like Tech fought through the semis, right?
Yep, major in the semis then, and then one in overtime. Just did what
Poor,
he need to do, and just he looked real good all day, all weekend.
he's not that guy was an Indiana official, right? Sometimes I get some Indiana official flack if I'm critical. I didn't think that was a. I thought that was a poorly officiated match. I'm glad they ended up wiping that takedown in the
Yeah,
second because I did not think that was two. I didn't think the first one was two either, honestly.
yeah, there were no Indiana officials there.
So they're
So
not. They didn't have any good officials then.
yeah, yes, there's some good ones. There actually there was at least one that did IPO. I thought there might have been one or a couple others, but
Well, I thought that first sequence they were like kind of in that scramble. That he comes out in that Merkel position, and they awarded 3 and 2. I didn't think they controlled through. And then the second one, I definitely didn't think he had control. So I'm glad they got together and like wiped it.
yeah, I did see a couple of times when the officials, when I will say in Indiana, if you have the officials
3. Sorry, Eric. Sorry.
when you do have the officials confer, it looked like Indiana officials seemed to talk it over a little bit more. There were a couple of times where there were some questionable calls, and it was a 2-second like, "Don't tell me what to do. We're sticking with it" type calls. you know, yeah. And we'll talk about another one later that helped us, kind of. But yeah, Maddox looked real good. He's tough, and he's real good. Good to see him get a major. And I think I know he talked a little bit about going down. I mean, he's going down to, when I first saw him like signing up with Matt or with Maurer Coughlin, I didn't know if that was I didn't know what that was. It was like one of those weird things. Like, what's this about? Did he go there for a camp and now he's claiming them or whatever? And no, it sounds like he had been going there pretty regularly all spring and summer. So that's not a short drive.
No, I think I thought it was really good last year. I think that watching him at the Center Grove event and then now watching him, his takedowns look really good. He's like expanded. I thought he was like a pretty heavy low single last year. Like his takedowns are really good.
Yeah.
His change of direction is really good.
He's going to be good, and he might be. He's a sophomore. He might be one of those kids that might be a career 25 in college, which is those things are a premium.
Oh, what did his dad wrestled 12 as a senior?
Yeah. So I mean, he very well could do that. The other Indiana guys at 106, Salas went 1 and 2. I think he was the only one that won one. His only count for 2. Somebody's getting
I know. He's on, man. He was excited that we didn't give him. He was sad we didn't give him the pre-show invite.
So 113, we did not have anyone placed. Ducking lost in the blood round. He did beat a world champion in Keegan Bassett to get to day 2. That was a great match, and that was a good win. That 113 was just a brutally tough weight class, top to bottom. I mean, Ducking was seeded 7th, and he was returning semifinalist. So that tells you how deep that weight is. Daniel Brown, he won a couple matches. Just like it's a tough weight class. All those weight classes are going to be loaded, and it's just there's no room for error. Now that's one thing that talking to people, there's no room for error there. You can't have just turn the wrong way when someone has a single leg, or do something. One mistake can cost you a match. Referee, a 50-50 call from a ref can cost you a match there. I mean, there's no, things have to go your way unless you're a Bo Bassett, type wrestler.
But even then, with the 7 point to your back, I think it's so tough.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, we'll talk about there's no, I mean, incident where that kind of came in 120. Case Bell got sixth, made it this quarters, lost in the quarters, and then wrestled back. Had a good tournament. Obviously, it's not where he wants to be, but that was a good. I guess I did not realize Bridge and Powers wrestled. Um, you had some other kids.
Yeah,
Carver went 1 and 2.
and
Got
he wrestled Indiana kid too, Mount Carmel and Mount Carmel kid, Indiana freshman.
yeah, Brody Koski beat him. Bridge and Jacob Powers wrestled. Bridge won. Bridge won a couple matches. Yeah, good. I mean, another deep weight class. Obviously, Bell was a third place finisher last year, proceeded sixth. That tells you Dom Munaretto was thankful. I saw him thanking the Brownsburg people for not bringing Dickman back, his arch nemesis. I'm sure when he saw Dickman wasn't in his bracket, I think he probably breathed a sigh of relief. I don't know what Dickman, Dickman's a tough wrestler. That's not, get that misconstrued, but it's like he just owns Munaretto, and Munaretto is one of the best in the country.
He's had Moretto's number pretty good.
Yeah, so good tournament for Bell. Lost a couple close ones. Obviously, like him back. I mean, as you said, it's a 4-1. That's a one takedown match. 4-2, another one takedown match that you just, can't. You got to win those matches. 126, not a good front size. Dominic Brown was looking good. Ended up getting hurt in his second match. Tweaked his knee a little bit. Sounds like he should be fine. A little bit sore the next day, but I think he'll be back soon. I don't think there's going to be, too much of a layoff, but he's a hard worker. I think he has about the Verduzco was at 26. Didn't have the best tournament. I think
I was surprised that Verduzco and Carver didn't go down or wait for the tournament. Not for the season, but I mean, I don't know how hard those cuts are, but I think, obviously Verduzco was at 13 for Super 32, and I think Carver was at 9 for IHPO.
Yeah.
So I thought those guys would be down a weight. I mean, like giving up weight, like in those tournaments, I think is incredibly difficult. Like it's an incredibly difficult tournament as it is. Like walking in what you weigh or like cutting just a little bit, I think is tough.
Yeah. I know we're not big, saying you need to pull a ton of weight, but at the same time, this is a tournament where, I mean, you look, there's size differences in kids, and there's some. I mean, these kids, they're going to school to wrestle. A lot of them. Some of these schools are wrestling schools, and then they go to class for like an hour, it seems.
Well, I'm not a big cut-in weight, and I think those guys will be fine and stay at 26 and 20.
Yeah.
But when you go to national events, Super 32, Fargo, IPO, something that I think those are the times that, I think those are the times that you might want to cut just a little bit more. I mean, I don't know what their weights were on those days, but I think just give yourself a little bit of a different chance of maybe looking at it in hindsight.
Yeah. 132, Royce Malone. And this is a great weight class. We had a lot of really good wrestlers. Royce Malone won a few matches. I think did he make it to day 2? No, he made it right before day 2. Gavin Lewis lost in the round of 16. So a couple guys there, and then you also had then we had the good one. Jensen Boyd had a real good tournament, came in unseeded, knocked off the 6, 11, and then ended up being the 14th seed to make the semifinals unseeded. And then he ran into Nate Rio in the semis. So we had an all-Indiana semifinal. That was pretty cool. I'm guessing Boyd's probably going to be number 2, so it will be a 1 and 2 matchup there that we could clamor about with Rio winning 7-2. And then Rio ended up losing in the finals to Rainey. He took Rainey down. So that was...
Get that rematch in 2 weeks, probably, right?
Yeah, they could see if Union County brings all their guys, they usually do, to the Modern Day Classic. so that'll be interesting. Rio looked good. I mean, he's pretty dominant and just kind of goes about his work, in his in that way. He workmanlike. Him and the Boyd, I think it was 7-2. He got a late takedown. It was, I mean, Rio controlled the match. Didn't put himself in bad positions and kind of. I don't want to say. I mean, could he have ran up the score? Maybe not. But he wasn't threatened. Especially after he got his first takedown, he just kind of wasn't going to put himself in bad positions, and he's hard to score on. Period. But when he's not really needing to be offensive, it's even harder. So, uh, Boyd ended up sixth, Rio second. That's pretty impressive to come out of that. He was the only from what I could tell, he's the only unseeded wrestler to place. Which
and man, shout out to Jensen Boyd too. Probably just under a year from when he broke his arm at Carnahan.
Yeah,
I mean, I was there. It looked bad. The reaction of those guys was really bad. That a year, and you heard like it wasn't a great break for him. Like sometimes you get a clean break and it heals pretty quick. So that he's back healthy, competing at a high level, going out, seeking out those matches. Like obviously, it'd been easy to be like, well, we did the Carnahan thing. I broke my arm. Let's just stick with the team and run the team schedule, and still going out and finding great competition.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people were like really impressed with him that didn't kind of know who like where'd this kid come from. I go, well, he's kind of a one-time placer, but he broke his arm last year. So, and he's had some national success when he was a little bit younger. So he's legit. But I did not expect him to be the semifinals. I can tell you that much. I mean, placing, I wouldn't have been surprised if he placed, seventh or eighth. Just if you had said he was going to be in the semifinals, I probably would have, especially unseeded. I probably would have taken a bet I'd lose, but he got put in a good spot and took advantage of it. I mean,
first placer from the Wayne, right? Fort Wayne Semi-State's first placer.
I mean, well, Waylon Kressel placed last year.
Well, he was representing Warren Central High School.
But I know where his address is, and it's in the
and he was representing North Dakota.
We're gonna have this argument already. But yeah, good tournament for him, and it was great to see him kind of come out, especially after last year not wrestling the state series and everything, and kind of putting a stamp that hey, I'm here and I'm pretty darn good. If you guys kind of forgot about it, so possible preview the state finals match there with him and Rio. Like I said, Malone, Lewis both lost the round to get to day two. They had good tournaments too. I mean, getting into the top 16 in this tournament's no easy task, and that's a good tournament for them. 38. Mason Gels made the blood round. He was unseeded, made the quarters.
That was a good match too.
Yeah, beat the 8 and 9 seeds. End up losing a close one in the blood round. Evan Stanley got 7th. Good tournament for him. I mean, he's right there. 2 close matches, and I did not see his consolation match from the Clay kid, Oregon Clay kid, but he was right there with everyone. Lost a close one to the 6th seed.
On the front side, did he get hit for like a 7 right off the bat and had to like come all the way back?
Yeah, I think so. I did not see that match either. It was not easy to watch. It's one of those tournaments that I get about 2 or 3 hours in, and I'm like, it's way easier to watch this online.
Oh yeah,
and cover. But I like going there because I like that tournament because it's a Team Indiana tournament. It's not a Brownsburg. It's not a Lowell. It's not a Crown Point. They're all cheering for each other. It's a lot more. It's a lot more relaxed because they're not competing against each other or competing with each other. I almost would consider that kind of like a Fargo or a tournament like that where everyone's on the same team, and so you can talk with parents and stuff. It's a little more relaxed, even though it's very intense. So it's pretty good. I forgot I was gonna tell you I challenged a couple former Crown Point wrestlers to matches. The Clark brothers, they're tiny. That looks kind of
You're gonna wrestle him 2-on-1 or what?
yeah. I was gonna go. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna take them both on at the same time. I mean, they look small. I mean, Paul looks like he might be able to make 184 if he wants to wrestle in college. He didn't like that comment at all. I'm like, you're kind of small. He's like, no, I'm not. But yeah, no, they good kids. Like I was gonna tell you that when we were pre-show, but yeah, great kids. I always like to talk to the Clark family, good family. And when I was talking to the dads, like, yeah, the twins are going to be here, and so they look like they're football players. They did say that Paul's going to start working out with the wrestling team, so maybe he might grace the max
Nice.
team. So anyway, 38. Gals made it there. Nothing really else there. Yeah, the Weisner kid from Oregon Clay beat both Gals and Stanley. Stanley was 6, 144. That was a
Justin
fun
Williamson,
one.
another Indiana kid, Hobart kid, lost in the blood round too, right?
Yes.
Good run for Williamson.
Was he at 44?
No, he's at 38.
38. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking at, 44. Yeah, Megan Day 2 is pretty impressive. That's a brutal round. 8:30 in the morning they started, and you gotta be ready mentally. You gotta have a good, they got us out at a decent time, so everyone was able to get a little bit of sleep and recover. 144, just an absolutely crazy weight class. You had Braylon, right? You had a 1-versus-1. Clint Shepard, he's pretty good. Semifinals, I guess he didn't realize it was that he got the second stall call and it was 1-1. Kind of tried something late and gave up 7 to Deckraker. Tough loss there. Then
he was smoking people too. He was, taxed all the way through the quarters, right?
Major in the quarters, but yeah, he looked good. He was getting after it, even with the mask on. Heard a story about that, but I'll save that one for off the air. But yeah, I guess he was in disguise, witness protection program or something.
I thought maybe they had Christmas pictures coming up.
maybe family Christmas pictures. So yeah, he looked good. I mean, he ended up running that back to third. Braylon Reynolds lost to Jordan Rainey in the quarters. Braylon's fun to watch. He's not afraid to get after it, and he hung with Rainey. Rainey just a little bit better, and then Rainey just kind of started, just pouring it on. Then on the backside, Saturday morning, runs in a cradle. I think might have gave him the first takedown. I was getting ready to go over there. I got the alert that he pinned a guy and then hits a mixer in the next match, and then he was down like 11-1 or something
10-1, yeah, 10-1.
And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the Crown Point people, and all of a sudden he mixes Shepard, and oh boy, that was deep.
Oh yeah, that was just you sent me the text. I thought he pinned him, and then you're like, I went back and watched. You see all like the Indiana like on the side, and then obviously the Crown Point, and fights through it, and then he's close to a takedown at the end too.
Yeah, that was. I mean, if he had 5 more seconds, he might have had that.
I mean, it was similar to
that a little bit. I thought. I mean,
it was similar to the situation he lost the state title in, right?
Yeah,
very similar.
Yeah, that was a very close. If they would have given the takedown, it really wasn't that egregious. I don't think it would have been. I saw a lot worse takedowns given or not given, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so yeah, he almost tied it up there. End up getting 6th. That was a good one. Peyton Hornsby made it the blood round. Also end up losing the guy that got 4th. Hornsby looked real good. Lost to the 5 seed in the. What did he end up being? So he lost the 4th and 5th place guys. So he lost to 2 pretty good kids. But yeah, that Reynolds Shepard match was really good, and I mean Reynolds is dangerous. You don't really want to wrestle him too much. 150, Tommy Gibbs. He won a few matches. He made it he did not make it to day 2, lost in that round to get there.
Shout out to Tommy. Tommy's had some tough luck there the last couple
Yeah,
of years.
yeah, he has not always. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that he just hasn't gotten it going there, and won a couple matches there. 57.
And we were, talking about guys giving up weight, like Erickson here. Like Newell wrestles 44, bumped up to 50, so he's probably giving up
Yeah,
6 pounds at least. Because I think he's probably. I know he wrestled 32 at IHP at IPO, and then he draws like a world champ right off the bat. So, like, yeah, there's better strategies, right?
yes. Rematch Shep versus Reynolds. Is Shep staying down at 44? Is he going to go back up? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till Friday when they do the brackets.
Yeah, I mean, you can get Reynolds or Shep and Gibbs too. I mean, you have another champ.
He's just going to try to put L's on every Brownsburg kid he can. He's going to go through the other Reynolds and just see if he can hand everyone, hand half the lineup an L this year. 157. Parker Reynolds lost tough one in the round of 16 in overtime. He looked really good at 57, then end up making the blood round and losing the close one there.
Man, I thought that was a tough one too. He got hit for like a eye poke or something, which I didn't think it was like egregious. When they stopped, I think the other kid thought he was getting hit for the eye poke.
Yeah,
but made it 1-1, and then even going to the third, I think it was. Did he get takedown there? It was 3-1, 4-1, and then I was like, oh man, Parker's probably gonna get a turn here. And he got away pretty quick.
Yeah, he ended up losing 5-2 in the blood round. Yeah, that was a tough one. He looked good.
The kid he beats to make it to day 2. That kid was pretty good. Was it Asher Roberts?
Bacon.
Ashton Bacon. I think he's a Florida champ, PA kid, Fargo champ, right?
Yeah, that was a good win for him. Yeah, he looked good. I was pretty impressed, and like you said, this is a tough tournament, and he was right there to place. Lost sudden victory in the court to make the quarters. That guy ended up being 8th, so he was right there with anyone. I mean, 8-9 area where he could have gotten a medal. 165, Griffin Van Tichel got to wrestle Melvin Miller. That didn't go well. Melvin Miller is pretty good.
Pretty good.
He did get after him though. I did see enough of it that he didn't back down. And Van Tichel's a tough kid. He's real tough, and he's not going to back down from anybody. And
dude, he ain't gonna get athleted by a lot of people. He's pretty athletic. Staples on vacation this week. Allegedly, I heard Staples is on vacation this week.
We have not verified with Instagram posts or anything, so that's the rumor we're hearing.
But I think Griff is super athletic. I think he gets after it. Like he'll go.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we saw last year at the Al Smith before he cut to 57. I thought he was right in the mix with those guys too, being athletic.
Yeah, remember the cut on his eye? That was he's a tough kid and not afraid to go after people. And saw enough of that match that I actually saw the video and I'm like, hey, he went after him. He wasn't going to give him anything easy. And I mean, he got tech falled, but he went after it as long as he could.
And he's pretty good though.
Lucas Bowe was there. He was 5th.
Man, Colin Kelly from Mount Carmel I feel like he's jump levels too. Like that's who Bowe lost to, right?
Yeah. He beat Bowe in overtime. That was a crazy match. Bowe got it was the tiebreakers. Bowe got, I think, a stall call, so he got a point, and then they both got escapes. He was up by 1, and 30 seconds to go. 30-second tiebreaker. I think about 5 seconds to go, Kelly just got in kind of a body lock and just kind of tripped him and end up on top. It was one of those just like coaches. You saw, if you look at the quarters, you see Cercis and Kike, celebrating.
I thought Alex hit Kike pretty hard, and Alex is usually pretty stoic. He's pumped.
Yeah, he hit him pretty hard a couple times. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. I mean, it was a cool match. I mean, it was right in front of me. So, I mean, obviously, Kind of cheered a little bit more for Bo. Good kid. He can come back to Indiana anytime he wants. But I asked him if he missed the snow. He said no, not really.
Man, he ain't missing this. We have a girl that plays like in Florida. She's home. And man, I say he came home like the coldest times. He's still in a coat or what?
Yeah. 175. Ben Clark went 1 and 2. 190, a little bit thinner there. Oh wait, never mind. I was looking at the top half of the bracket. 190. We'll just skip over 190. Nothing happened at 190, did it?
Yeah.
Mikey White's good at wrestling.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Short career so far. Started late, but he's making the most of it, right?
Yes, yeah. He had himself a tournament, and I know Flo already has him as number 1. I tried to poke Willie if he wins, is he number 1? He's like, I don't know, but if he's not, I'm going to see him this weekend, and maybe Mikey will see him, and we'll see if he can defend a double A. We'll put that out there. I mean, he's going right to Mikey's stomping ground, so you don't want to mess with that.
Man, Neil said it earlier in the chat. Like that could be like a movie for real. That Mikey White story.
Yeah, that super nice kid. I guess I did not hear this because I wasn't there for the finals, but in the semis, we'll talk about that match a little bit. The guy that he beat, I guess he forgot his shoes for the finals. and the kid that he beat in the semis let him use his shoes for the finals.
Nice.
So
Masty's a good kid, man.
Yeah. Masty's wrestled in IPO about 7 times, I think. I don't know how he wrestled a couple times in middle school. I think I gave him a wild card one time. I'm like, man, this kid seems like he's good. That semifinal match was crazy. And I even verified with Jacob Avon that was a takedown. I know there's some controversy in that.
So I have some thoughts on this. So Mikey gets some with Cradle early on, gets up big, right?
Yeah,
I thought that was a takedown too. But I did not think that was takedown near fall. I thought
no, that was not. I don't know what that was. I mean, that was a weird.
Because the clock was off, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna tie it up. They did the old best man to win. Let's get him on the line.
Yeah, I think that was 1,000% a makeup call, and I don't know what
the call was on.
Okay, because it was takedown. Okay, but the ref kept saying, and I'm right there. I was watching the match. I was right in front. He kept saying 3, and I thought he was giving him 3 near fall because I couldn't. I mean, it was close enough that after rewatching it, I was like, man, I don't know if that's 2 near fall. No, but he kept saying 3, and I never really saw him say 2 for the near fall. So I'm like, did he just lose the match? And then so they ended up. I mean, that was a makeup call. That there's a takedown early in that third period. 1,000% a takedown. Avon's like, yeah, that was a takedown.
So we got to get. I mean, they brought us to the table, but you really can't hear. Like, what did he say? Reaction time.
He said he wasn't all the way behind him.
It looked pretty clear. I mean, like I guess
that was a bad call, and that benefited our guy.
But the call at the end, like you're watching the clock and you're watching Avon in the corner, like try to get his attention. He's like, I actually am gonna give the near fall to tie it up. Yeah. And it's like, bro, the clock was way off, and the person was out there. It wasn't like they weren't; they knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then overtime, Mikey said, "I ain't messing around." Blast doubled him. So this is, and I did tell Mikey, let's not do that dramatic stuff anymore. And so he didn't do that in the final. So he did actually listen to me. So I'm proud of him.
And Masty's really good. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh man, like that might be the run. And when Mikey White won that one, I was not that I was shocked. Like obviously he's really good, but I think they wrestled like not that long ago, right? Yeah. Did they wrestle at Fargo and did he get teched?
I don't know I don't know offhand, but that match between him and Aaron Stewart Friday night, that was a good match, dude. Those two were those two are so quick. And that was, they were getting after it. That was a real good match. Taking out someone like Stewart, then Masney, and then
he's running through all the Illinois guys.
Yeah, Betts who took out Waters, who's number 1 guy in the country. Just absolutely, that was I hate that they were given. Yeah, I don't even know if they did give like a most outstanding wrestler, but that had to be one
Bo,
of the
right?
best performances overall of taking out guys above him.
If they give out OW, it's probably Bo.
Yeah,
Bassett, right?
it's probably Bo, and which, I mean, he's won enough of them. Give them to someone. Give it to somebody else.
Someone stole Mike White's shoes. Bro, why out there stealing guys'
Oh,
shoes?
they said they stole. Oh, geez, I just heard that from on the Willie show this morning. So, jeez, yeah, if I saw them on the black market, check on Instagram. That's all. Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah, no, Mikey, he's a great kid. Happy for Avon and Bernard. I love talking to Bernard. I tried getting a him to call Big Hawaiian and say, "Hey, we need a post." I go, he gassed you up. Someone West. I go, he gassed you up like no other. I go, come on, he's got gas Mikey up. He's way better than you. He's like, yeah, I know. I go, I was like, come on, we need an honorary post from the Big Hawaiian.
Bring him back. That'd be good.
Yeah, it's like, come on. So he's like, I'll talk to him. But no, I love those guys. They're great guys. They're always asking questions and like, when are we starting? And stuff. And they've done an awesome job with White. I mean, that both those guys should get a ton of credit for finding him, keeping him out, keeping him interested, and just growing him and letting him, flourish. And that's one. I mean, you have a kid like that, you almost want to just say, I'm done coaching after this, because I don't know how I can find someone like that, someone with a story like that. But I think Mikey does have a younger brother that's a freshman or sophomore that, obviously he's going to probably be pretty good. But I remember when Krause said that White beat Leach at the Zions Bowl tournament. And he's like, that kid's good. That kid's really good. And Leach ended up winning state that year, so it was not a fluke win by any means. That Leach wasn't very good or anything. And he's like, that kid's going to be good. And he's had, obviously a little bit of inconsistent results. He's been good nationally, but not win Ironman national, but like placing and doing well. And this was obviously he's only been wrestling 4 years, so he's not.
Well, you see some of the flashes, but sometimes he put himself in bad positions, right? I think that kind of happened in the state finals match last year. I think Gunnar was just a little bit more seasoned. Like I think he put himself in a bad position and put himself in a hole. And like the more you wrestle him to clean that up, like David Taylor, great pickup for the Cowboys. Like you gotta be feeling real good after that.
Yeah. You're like, I'm sure he is. Taylor's licking his lips, just thinking, man, what am I going to get? What am I getting with this kid? He's still so raw, but man, he gets
right around his weight too. Like him and DT probably.
Yeah, like he gets like cradled and just like post and steps out of that stuff, and I'm like, I tell Raven, I go, you don't teach that stuff. Hey, I go, I want to see you try to show that. It's like, it's pretty funny, but yeah, they, great tournament for him. Awesome for Indiana to see someone like that. And I know a lot of people were talking about him, in the little media, I guess the media area, talk about him. They talk about Boyd, talk about Indiana kids. I mean, I know a lot of the Ohio guy, Josh Lowe, was, saying how Indiana had more semifinalists than Ohio. That's a good sign. Ohio had about 20 some in the consolations though. So we gotta get. We didn't have that many kids entered. I don't think so. that had to be a pretty big. We'd have to get a lot more kids there. 215, Cesar Salas. He's pretty good. Had a good tournament. I don't know I know he has this strategy where he likes to give up the first takedown in every match. It's kind of a interesting strategy. We don't usually recommend it. But he lost a close one in the semifinals to Kanopka, who ended up winning it.
Your number 1 seed too, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good kid. I mean, kind of forget Caesar's only a sophomore. 8 of our 10 placers come back. White and Rio do not, and then you also add in someone like Ducking, who was a placer last year. So we could have 9 placers returning, which is not guaranteed if you're going to place the next year. But that's pretty good. South had a real good tournament. Ends up, what did he end up, 5th?
Well, And I think he made it day 2 last year as a freshman, right?
Yeah, yeah, he made it day 2 last year. Um,
And I feel like he's gonna grow into that weight. And I know I see his dad posting all the time. They're lifting hard. Like he's only gonna get bigger and stronger. And man,
yeah,
he could
he's
be our
gonna
first 2-time
continue.
champ.
Yeah, he's gonna continue to get better and better. Just absolute as a grinder. I mean,
Well,
like I said, he keeps giving up these first takedowns, and it's like, come on, man, and then he just pours it on. I mean, he did it last year at Al Smith, and it's like, oh, he gave up. You know, he gave up to Vinny Freeman and New Prairie Kid. Gave up the first takedown, but
Devin
then just
Kendrick,
kept plugging away. And
he got a gas tank on him too,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like just grinds. He always looks composed. He's like you wouldn't know if he's winning by 10 or if he's losing by 1, right?
yeah, yeah. So great tournament for him. Obviously, I would venture to guess he might be the only sophomore, non-junior, senior that placed there. I don't know the grades of those guys, but I can take that with a
We got another pretty good sophomore coming up in
yeah,
the next one
yeah.
too.
Heavyweight Cameron Hazlett, he was a 3 seed, ends up what did he end up? 5th. I mean, he was right there to make the finals. Lost just. I mean, he was on bottom, just needed to get out. Taylor Kidd.
And he's usually pretty good at bottom too.
Yeah, he just kind of smothered him. Just couldn't get him off his hips. You know, it's not easy heavyweight. His match Friday night in the quarters, that was a pretty good match. That kid, that Isaiah Taylor, he's going to American, real big kid. It's interesting because he goes to some AIM Academy. I'm like, where the heck is AIM Academy? And it's in Pennsylvania, but all the Faith Christian kids were cheering for him. They're on Matt's side, like like he's their teammate and stuff. And I think it was Stanley was like, why are you guys like so excited for this kid and you're cheering him on? Like, oh, he trains in our room, but they have a pretty good heavyweight too. I think he might have won it. Yeah, he did win it. So he trains with that heavyweight, and he just goes to some random AIM Academy. I had no clue where that is, or but yeah. So that it was interesting seeing that kind of little things you see when you're there. Tony Brooks, I thought he won a couple matches there.
Yeah, I think he lost a tough one on the front side and then won a couple. He had a good showing there last year too.
Yeah. So
I'm about to get a Gorilla Gang 219 shirt from the Salises. But I mean, like, I gotta get some tighter sleeves, I think.
Yeah, yes, you have to get an extra small.
Yeah, I mean, those
is that the only size those come in?
Those guys are maxing them shirts out. I'm gonna have to start doing some push-ups, get a Bowflex.
Yeah. So overall, awesome performance for Indiana, and I know a lot of national level people, see that kind of stuff, and being able to perform on that stage is really good. I think we're going to continue to do that, do well there. They're not going to take anyone that's not like a state semifinalist unless you have some national level credentials or something. Obviously, some incoming freshmen, but just be aware they're not going to take anyone. You can't, and you got to do it pretty early, like right after the state series. Don't mess around, because I didn't even know when I sent them a message asking about, and they were originally only looking for top 2 finishers, and so that would put Maddox out of it. So I don't know what the conversations were like between that. I got them contact information, and they ended up getting him in. So he's obviously, that was a good pickup for them. He ended up winning. So, but yeah, they're not just going to take anybody. So make sure if you're going to get in there, you try to. I mean, they're always looking for anyone probably 165 and up. Those are always their weight classes that don't have as many kids. But yeah, great tournament. Great hospitality, and just it's crazy. It's one of those tournaments you go to and you're like, where's that kid from? And you're seeing a singlet, like, I don't know what that singlet is, And I mean, they're Oklahoma. They say 28 states, I think, were represented there. Oklahoma, Utah, Florida. I mean, some of them some of them you have no clue, and you're like looking up, where's this kid from? Where's AIM Academy?
Did you go find what did Shepard post, like that he was hiding a lottery ticket for the Stefan Michik shoes? Did you go find it? Did you?
No, I did not. I did not see that. I saw them do that. I did not go
Man, we
find
need
the.
to tell Stefan to get Mikey White a pair of shoes. Sounds
Yeah.
like
Yes.
someone
Yeah.
snatches my guy's shoes and get him a pair.
Yeah. So
Those things are sold out, man. Stefan's doing big things.
yes, he is. He's a fashion person now.
I think he was always a fashion person.
Yes. So other events last week. The trike off. You were there. You want to give a quick rundown on?
Well, we had some
Other,
weather. I mean, did Indy get as much snow as they thought they were going to get, or no?
I have no clue. I know it was snowing on the way back. I left right before the placement matches were going because I wanted to get home a little earlier, and it took me. Usually it takes about 3.5. It took me about 4.5 hours. It was
So I know
snowing pretty
some of the
consistently.
teams, like in the central area, were canceling. I know some events got canceled, and then a couple teams had to pull out of the Trikoff. Franklin pulled out first, and then
Whiteland,
who was the other one that pulled out?
Whiteland.
Whiteland pulled out.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping to see both those teams. I thought those guys, dude, Jason. I'm telling you, man. I was trying to tell the Franklin guys, man. They're out here driving in the snow like us, I guess, on the south side. All right. So so yeah, I went to Trikoff. Shout out to Coach Stoika and those guys. Griffith was at Bishop's Char. They ended up getting canceled. They jumped in. So they only had 15 teams, so there was a rotating bye. But yeah, the gym looked gorgeous. They just remodeled. They're gonna put a whole weight. They got a whole thing where the racquetball rooms were. There's all weight benches now. Glass doors where everyone can just stand in the hallways and watch if they need to. Good wrestling. I didn't go for the early rounds. I was watching Ironman on Flow, but Hanover Central looked really good. No Staples there for New Prairie. Good win for Fishers. They beat New Prairie there. Southmont looked really good. I thought Southmont brought a lot of excitement, especially for a smaller team. I think they're up for the 1A vote, correct?
Yes, they are. And
Gavin,
that vote is coming up on Sunday.
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 Yeah. Obviously, they have a couple really good guys. They had a transfer. I didn't know he was there for North Posey. He's pretty good. So them and Portage was a really good duel, back and forth. I think the top four was Portage, Fishers, Rochester, and Hanover Central. Rochester beat Lowell. Lowell was down, I think, 5. They had 3 at Ironman, and then they were missing 2 to a welding competition, and then I think they had 1 that's ineligible that's going to be back pretty soon. They battled I thought they were going to get kind of stomped a little bit. I mean, you lose half your team, give or take. I mean, that's pretty tough to compete, and they were in the battle. I think Rochester beat them to go on the front side, and then Hanover Central Rochester, I believe it started at maybe 44, and I don't know if they gave up a loss until heavyweight there. Hanover's solid. Coach Bradbury and Hawkins got those guys going. Portage and Fishers was the other side. Same thing. I think up into 215, Portage might have been shutting them out. And then, and Fishers is solid top to bottom. They have a really good team. They beat New Prairie pretty close in the semi, or however I don't know if it's a semi, to get their placements. And I mean, obviously they were down Staples, but also Fishers was down Xavier Smith, who's pretty good also. I mean, 1-1. But then Hanover beat Portage, and they also beat Fishers. So I think for 2A, I mean, who's number 1 in 2A? Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett is.
They're a good duel. They're both pretty solid. Hanover doesn't have a lot of holes. They're just tough. I think they have 2 state qualifiers on the team, 2 returning qualifiers, some really good freshmen. 13's a really good freshman. 150's a really good freshman. Sounds like Luke Reed's going to go to 44. Hyvert was up at 57. I think that's Hanover Central won the Trikoff. I think pretty good amount. They looked really good.
Yeah, 2A is going to be fun. I think 2A is going to be really good. and obviously Hanover kind of won two of the region's best tournaments back-to-back weeks. Uh, kind
Yeah.
of prove it. Like, yeah, we're going to be pretty solid here, and that's going to be interesting to see how it ends up. 2A might be. I mean, 3A is one of those that's really competitive. I think 2A is going to have some good teams. You're going to have New Prairie, Hanover Central, Garrett, Belmont's pretty solid. It's going to come down to matchups. I think a lot of those teams are, and it's like that in 2A a lot. They're going to have their studs, and then they're going to have some guys that are a little bit weaker. And if you can match up well with them, it could be, be
Well, I
solid.
think what I was really impressed with Hanover is that it was just they were like across the board, like they didn't have any holes. They were just tough. Like they almost wrestled like and there were some 4A teams there, but like the 4A teams, you have a little bit of depth if you're missing people, and
Mm-hmm.
like just top to bottom, like they just were solid. Rochester is really good. Like Rochester
Yeah.
has some really good individuals. They're the number 1A team, right?
Yeah.
Obviously they have Lane Horn. He's really good. They have Declan Guard, who's really good.
Back.
Beck's really good. I think he took a loss, but on a slam.
Yes, I did hear that yesterday. So
I didn't see that. I came there after that. They told me he had took a loss, and I was like I was trying to like see who they were wrestling, and they said he slammed. I think it was Calumet kid too, right?
yeah,
But yeah, like Rochester being the mix. I mean, I thought it was a good event for teams that were looking to increase their stocks at Team State. Like I thought Hanover did. I was impressed with Lowell, like missing probably 3 guaranteed wins in 90% of the duels they wrestle.
95% of the duels.
Yeah, I would say Verduzco, Stanley, Hazlett are probably favored in most of the times they step on the mat. Dalton Robson had some really good matches last year with Hawkins. Got injured. He didn't injure himself, but he was injured the week of semi-state, so he had to withdraw. But I think he's good. Yeah, Little Horn at 13, solid. They said he's incredibly smart. He's a little bit taller. He's taller than Travis too.
Must get that from his mom.
Yeah.
See how fast we get a text here.
They Southmont was really good. I was really impressed with. I don't want to mess it up because I know there's a Gavin Mason and a Gavin Brown. It's Gavin Mason, right?
I believe
Gavin
so.
Mason at 32 is really good. I was hoping that we could see him and Horn. I think Horn ended up pinning everybody for. I think I moved him up to like number 9, but I was really impressed seeing him there. Yep, they have their Hanover's at Al Smith this year, and then on the backside of I think Hobart might have been in the room with Michigan City, Calumet, and Griffith. I'm not positive on that. I know Lake Central, Mishawaka were up top. South Bend Riley was probably in the room. I think Hobart might not have been in there. And then on that bottom for Valpo, Coach Cook's got a good team. They're young. I think they're going to be pretty good. I think he's doing some good stuff. But Southbound was impressive over there too. I think looking at it when we go to the team vote, I know they're a voting team. I was really impressed how tough they were.
Yep.
And they brought good energy. Like I don't know in relation to the snow where they were at, but they brought a pretty good crowd.
That's good.
And Fishers came up too.
So yeah, good tournament. Some other things that went on last week. Bloomington South beat Roncalli, and so that changed up the rankings there a little bit. Center Grove,
right back.
Center Grove beat Indianapolis Cathedral 39-26. So we had Carver,
Sean Breedlove bumped up.
Yeah, Breedlove over Hardin was a pretty big match. Yeah. So Avon, Brownsburg won 48-15. Contrary to what the USA bracketing says, Nate Rio did not lose. Eli Castaros did not get his first win of his career over Nate Rio. Just so no one sees the results there. Garrett over New Haven, Mater Dei over Memorial. Big one in 3A, Lowell over Hobart. North Miami beat Northfield. 1A teams. I know Northfield's in the vote in. And then some of the other events, the um, NHC had their duels. Belmont won. They won pretty handily. They had a close one. It was like 41-35 with New Haven. And I was talking to the legend Sam Reason, and he said East Noble was only lost to Belmont. They beat New Haven, but New Haven almost knocked Belmont off. And I think New Haven has some solid kids. I think they have some holes that they'd like to solidify. And if they match up pretty well with Belmont, obviously. And Belmont's one of those teams where if you match well against them, it can be Roykos, and they might even lose. But that was a good one. I do not know the PA duels. So
they said the freshman Zion Tavron. I got a couple messages. Beat Gavin Kemp from Round Cali at 144.
Yeah. So does he have a profile?
He's gonna probably be in the rankings this one upcoming update.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like Heritage Hills won the PAC duels. It says they're 13-0. I think that might not be correct.
Man, a lot of PAC duel results in the
there's 13 teams there, so they got it, and they ruffle each other.
Yeah, I was going through all that stuff.
Yeah, Adams Central won the ACAC duels. Obviously, Noblesville beat both Roncalli and New Pal. Noblesville had to reconfigure the rankings, and they ended up moving into the 4A rankings, I believe. So, and I assume they did the team top 20. That was after I had posted them. Obviously, we talked about the Trikoff.
Did we talk about Tom Cameron?
No, we did not say anything about Tom Cameron. It's more
Maryville won the TC.
Beat the Carroll Chargers. So
Fort Wayne Carroll Superchargers.
Just Carroll. Remember someone made a sarcastic remark like that once.
Well, I didn't know. I thought you guys were Fort Wayne Carroll. That's what we call you guys.
Yes. Nope, we're just Carroll. So yes, we they did well out there. I think that was good for them to wrestle that. Worthington Kilbourne.
There's the text. We got it.
Man, he must be a little bit
Man, hey, we stayed up late. I was
yes.
We were hunting down Santa's sleigh.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have Doster in here telling us he's still wrapping presents.
I know. The teams enter at 4A: Avon, Brownsburg, Center Grove, Crown Point, Mater Dei, and Westfield. Teams in at 3A: Bloomington South, Columbus East, Floyd Central, Franklin Community, Lowell, New Haven, New Pal, and Roncalli. 2A: Belmont, Delta, Garrett, Gibson Southern, Hanover Central, Indianapolis, Bishop Chatard, New Prairie, and Yorktown. 1A: Adams Central, Alexandra Monroe, East Side, Milan, North Miami, Rensselaer Central, South Adams, and Tell City. And then the teams that are submitting info for the team vote. So there's a handful. I think 4A is going to have 2 spots available. 3A, 4 spots available. 2A, 4 spots available. And 1A, 4 spots available.
If you go on the main page, there's a nice, I can just post this on there. Yes, I forget I can just post a link.
Man, you didn't even say there's a website for that, man.
There is a website.
Set it all up for everything.
I know. I just totally messed that up too. But that link will take you to all the teams that I believe Dane has been updating that. I have not, but that's kind of a little bit of the synopsis of what they're going to go through and see. Okay, I got to double making sure everything looks good with their records and stuff. But yeah, that's a kind of a synopsis of the teams that are in the vote, kind of how they're doing this year. So man, they need to put in their results. East Noble does. Come on, Sammy. So should be some interesting votes. I know you're in on that vote this weekend. Um,
I
any
am.
insight you want to give on to that?
Is there any what?
The vote. Do you guys know what? Do you know what time that is? And
I think we're trying to figure it out. Just anytime you have a handful of people and you're trying to match schedules. I know there's a group text going on right now. I'm pretty open this weekend, so uh, I believe someone double booked. So they had family Christmas. We got maybe had to go a little bit earlier. So
yeah, I think I got a family Christmas, and I'm got to figure out how we're gonna stream it. I know it will be. They will announce it on the Dane and Rex show. Make sure you start listening early because Mike gets royalties because they use his voice in the intro, and the more
two
people that
times. I think that's why I
listen,
get free T-shirts.
yes, we're not saying exactly what those royalties are, but yeah, so that should be yeah that, and we're gonna probably have it on ours. I just got to figure that out amongst the other things. Seeding season, we are seeding the Columbus East Coop Clash. Maybe I need to make a graphic for that. The Cooper Clash.
You get a
Super
Christmas
Cooper.
picture of everyone. They got so many Coopers now in there.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, he's got a herd of kids. Uh so that yeah, so that will be going on this weekend. Let's see what else is going on. There's a lot of good duels this week. I was just looking and I know I saw some Cathedral Chittard, the battle for Indy.
You didn't even put on your boys' match of the week, man. Little B and Ratliff shootout at 65.
I did not put that as a top 10 match. Gina said, oh, wait, no, that was Dustin that sent me a text complaining. He's protesting now. Adam Central, New Haven Russell this week. I was going to say Columbus North, Columbus East. That should be some good matches there.
Which one?
Columbus North and East.
The rivalry, the showdown for Saraland Park.
Yes. Oh, geez. It's a nice place other than it was really hot when we were there.
You get to play 3 different national championships there this summer.
Jeez. Nationals host.
They're playing for rights to the subway on right out the highway.
Floyd Central, Bloomington South. That should be a good one. And number 3 and 7 in 3A. Hanover Central, Munster. Munster is number 9 in 3A. So that could be.
They're doing a good job.
Penn and New Prairie this week at Penn, I believe. So I heard that might be feisty.
Yeah, you might get a Staples Freeman match there. I think last year Penn did not bring their. They had some guys sit. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but they have the Henry Wilk this weekend too, right?
Yep. Yeah, that should be a pretty solid event.
I'm guessing those guys won't be exchanging Christmas cards before the meet.
They're not. I thought they were going to have a white elephant gift exchange.
Dude, that'd be great. I'm gonna call my boy Dan Luther and tell him to bring
bring white elephant gifts.
Bring a Secret Santa.
Secret Santa. If it's white elephant gifts, they're just gonna exchange like dog poop wrapped in boxes.
Man, they'll probably be trying to do stuff to get each other in trouble. That's been a nice little rivalry.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. I mean, I know like there's some bad blood there, but like I'm trying to get the backstory to all that.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it would just happen like overnight, right? It wasn't a. I mean, maybe Nick can give us more insight. Was New Prairie and Penn always a big rival? I thought it was Mishawaka.
No, they've kind of taken that over. Then you have Cathedral Zionsville. The duels. You have the Carroll Super Duel Saturday.
Well, that will be there.
Carroll. Is Hamilton Southeastern really there?
Hamilton Southeastern's been getting around. I think they're at the Cameron too.
Did they? Let's see who put that in there. Coach Brost. He's pretty good about that stuff.
Pretty legit. That's a good source.
Yeah, he's the one that edited it. I was looking at it like Hamilton Southeastern. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So somebody's out off the. Maybe I might know a few people that know that. Nick, send me the list and send me the schedule. I did it one time and now it's all screwed up. Um, that was not easy. I will tell you because it's not like a tournament or anything. Everyone just wrestles kind of. They try to wrestle the same teams. It's a lot of sectional teams and it was a lot of juggling. Who's already wrestled each other? Who doesn't want to see each other? Who has to see each other? That kind of stuff. Because Garrett will wrestle Eastside and Churubusco, and those are their conference duels, so they must wrestle them. Stuff. So yeah, Eastside's pretty solid. Dwanger's there. East Noble has some good kids.
I was thinking about that at the Trikoff too. Like, there's a lot of DAC teams there. I mean, minus Maryville and Crown Point, I think might have been everybody else. Oh, Chesterton wasn't there, but there's a lot of them there.
Oh, geez. Sounds like New Prairie head coach will not be there, so that's. I guess he must be on a cruise also.
Man, he's probably out having to get some. I mean, he got some big kids. I'm not gonna say nothing. He's a big guy. He had some
real grocery shopping. The only day you can go grocery shopping.
Man, getting ready for
truckload of meat because
Hunter coming
back. Hunter's probably come back for Christmas, so he's got to get a truckload of meat to feed him over Christmas.
Central Michigan, man, Chippewas.
Yeah. So New Haven Super Duels, Yorktown, Northfield, Prairie Heights, Adams Central, New Haven. That should be good. That's always pretty solid. The Hobart Super Duels will have Hobart, Rensselaer, Hanover Central, Henry Wilk, Snyder, Homestead, Mishawaka, Penn, New Pal. Usually I had a lot more teams there, but I think some teams have gone to other events. There's some county matches. There's a Johnson County, so you'll have Franklin and Cedar Grove and Whiteland.
Is that duels though?
Yeah, those are duels. That's going to be a real good one. Yeah, and Indian Creek and Greenwood. Indian Creek has some good kids.
Yeah, they probably got
some good matches there.
4 or 5 kids in the rankings. Franklin had 10. I bet Center Grove has about 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Who was the other one you said?
Center Grove, Franklin, Greenwood, Indian Creek, and Whiteland.
Whiteland. I mean, Whiteland's tough too. I was excited to see Whiteland.
Yeah, that should be a good event. Munster Super Duel will have Munster and New Prairie.
Hanover Central's there too, right? No, they're not Munster. They're at Hobart.
No. Joe Co is a stacked, as Joe Butler calls it, Johnson County. So you got, and that looks like there's the biggest tournaments or dual meets, and then we have the John McKee at Rochester, North Miami, and Rochester will be there. A lot of other small schools.
I was trying to snake some John McKee wrestlers to the Carnahan. I don't think it was happening.
Yeah. I believe there's one that's going there.
We didn't even talk about the Jim Nicholson. I seen Harper was back on the mat. That's a good thing. I know he was. I didn't know if he was gonna be able to compete this year. Yeah, Penn took it down.
Yeah.
Were they missing teams this year at the Nicholson? I felt like there was a couple weight classes where I felt like there were some teams missing.
I didn't even look. I did not see the results. I apologize.
There's a lot of Penn championships.
Yeah, that would be good. I'd be expected. I get the Marion County this weekend. That's always a great event, and the Indianapolis City, which is 2 separate events. I don't know. It's always a conundrum. How is the city not included in the county?
Does Bishop Chatard go to the city or they go to the county?
They go to the city.
Dang, showdown.
So they are not a part of the county, I guess. I don't know. So that's usually the Marion County is always a good tournament. Roncalli, Warren Central, Southport, Ben Davis, Decatur Central, Franklin Central, Lawrence Central, Lawrence North, North Central, Perry Meridian, Pike.
How are those teams all central?
Because it's the Central County, I guess. I don't know. That's a great one.
Rochester left. I was like, I knew there was someone missing. They're at Trikoff now.
Oh, yes.
The Evansville Harrison 10-way, Friday and Saturday. Did we talk about the Modern Day duel? Modern Day had some good wins this weekend.
Yeah. No, we did not.
They wrestled Zionsville.
They wrestled Zionsville. I think Avon was down there, minus a couple guys. Um, did not see all of the results because I don't think I got my fax machine.
I know, man. I feel like some of the southwestern part of the state likes to give us a hard time on rankings, but like we never even get the results.
No, Mater Dei does have 4 matches. They beat Avon 50-12. Um, obviously, two guys aren't going to make that big of a difference. Mater Dei beat Castle 80-0. Wow. And
I thought I saw two results in there for that Castle one. They like 81-0, and then there was another one too, but it was on USA bracketing.
they beat Jeffersonville twice. I'll have to check that out. They have two different scores for Jeffersonville, so I'm guessing. I don't know. I have to check that out on USA bracketing. Fix those results, amongst other things. It was a busy weekend. So we got the John McKee tournament wise, Marion County, Madison County, Indianapolis City, the Kyle Osborne. That's the one I was thinking about at McCutcheon, Carmel, Columbia City. I think Columbia City is somewhere else, possibly. Harrison, McCutcheon. We'll talk about the Carnahan a little bit more in depth here in a few minutes. Twin Lakes, the Bo Henry. Oh yeah, that's where I see Columbia City, Bo Henry. The Jeff Classic. Let's see, Columbus East Invite. We're gonna be seating that, so that should be some pretty good. That's a pretty good event. You have Columbus East. I don't know why we Madison.
Seen that in Coldwater. Coldwater Cathedral won the Ohio tournament, and Carver doubled up.
Yeah, Carver wrestled Friday, and I guess he did wrestle Saturday too. So, but yeah, that was they won that. I don't think that was a big surprise. I think it was a little bit smaller Ohio tournament they got into. So big one this weekend. Carnahan kind of running it back with a lot of the teams that were at some of the teams were at Ironman. So let's see. I do have the list. If I can find the text.
I have a handwritten list.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I have a picture of it. I just cannot find it though.
Is it the one with the green and pink and
Yes.
you might have the updated highlighted list.
There, I just have to search. Okay, so let's see if I can see my text on my computer. So some of the individuals, Columbus North will have Ratliff and Cohen Long, Switzerland County. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Brought it up. Switzerland County, Peyton Richards, Connor Maddox is there, going to be there. Luke Reed, Eli Brody, Whiteland, Camden Williams. He's not going to go for a county title. So Cowan will have Jackson Bradley, Boonville, Sam Howard,
Nice.
Elyria Catholic out of Ohio will have Grady Moose. Ooh, I wonder if there's a Mark Moose that was a really good wrestler for like Michigan. I wonder if that's his son. I'm guessing that's probably his son. That's about the same area he is from. So those are the big individuals.
Is Deacon Dressler there also?
Not on the list I have. And this is from Sessa. So, Indy.
Let me check my private list.
Your private list. I said, the red ones, I assume, are not coming. But because I have a list of with individuals, and Fishers, Lawrence North, Lake Central, and Center Grove all are redded out.
Yeah,
they're not. I think they're not coming. I think they were originally on the list.
And then teams, like full teams that'll be there. Obviously, Crown Point, Brownsburg, Cleveland, Tennessee, which is that's where the Chittum's from there.
Yeah, Chittum's will be there. They have pretty good. They had a couple placers, I think, there. Or at least Chittum place. I think they have a real good team. I mean,
Archbishop Alter. Arrowhead, Wisconsin, which is essentially right where Askren's out of. Brownsburg, we already talked about. St. Paris Graham, Detroit Central Catholic, Dundee, Lowell, Michigan is out. Lowell, Indiana is in. Marmion, Mount Carmel, Springboro, Ohio, Avon, and Lamont.
And is Delta in or not? They're not highlighted, so I don't know if they're.
I don't have Delta on my list.
I have Delta on mine. There's not highlighted with the color. I did not get the key of the colors, but I'm guessing they're in. I don't know. Um, I mean, I know they brought a few kids last year, so great tournament. It will be, definitely one we're going to be following. Seeds, they'll do the seeding meeting Friday night, unfortunately. So I was hoping that maybe we'd be able to have a pre-seed, but obviously there's a lot that will go on this week.
Well, I mean, you're going to have a ton of, like, I think when we looked at it last year, they had a ton of state champs in there. Michigan has 3 classes.
Yeah.
I believe Detroit Central Catholic and Lowell brought or not Lowell, but Dundee had a bunch of Michigan champs last year, right?
Yeah. So Cleveland, Ace Chittum was placed 7th at.
Yes. Shout out to our guy.
Wisconsin Grappler. Arrowhead has 6 decent guys. That's good. I believe they will be streaming it. I assume it's going to be. It's on USA Bracketing. The streaming links will be through there. I don't know. There's a website called Class of X where we kind of stream through. I would assume it would be through that, but I don't know. Ace Chittum from Cleveland, Tennessee was 7th at Ironman. No, it's not. It's Springboro. There's a Streetsboro. I was trying to see if there's any other.
Zach, what weights are the 6 decent guys?
Yeah, give us that.
Anytime there any Wisconsin information, I always reach out to Zach and ask him.
Yep, we've been going back and forth on some things this past few weeks.
I was trying to get I don't even know how to say his high school's name, but I was trying to get them in a couple of years.
Yeah, they have some good kids, so that's gonna be a great event. It's on USA Bracketing, so check that out if you're not doing anything. If you're in the area, I would love to go. I would definitely be going there if there wasn't 1,000 other things going on in my life that day.
So, I'll be stopping in.
Yep, got to get to see some good matches. 13.
Nice. I was hoping 57. Nice.
Yeah, that'll be some good matches there. Definitely a good event. They've really grown that into a premier event, and it'll be pretty good to see all that kind of competition, especially the out-of-state competition. I know, talking to people about the the Ironman, you never, there's levels of these things, and people don't realize when beforehand when we were kind of just closed off to the world. You think, oh, this guy's he's so great, he's never gonna get beat. Then we see him get beat, and we're like, oh, that was a fluke. But then now that we're going to Ironman, now that we have even an event in state that's the Carnahan, and you're seeing our guys get beat and stuff, you're like, okay, we're not as shocked, I guess.
Bishop McCourt came a couple of years ago. I think they got ran out of town.
Yeah, they. Yes. Now they were there 2 years ago. I met Bo. I think I got a picture with Bo. He had the big giant size bracket, but I think they ended up going to. I think they had some conference duels or something, and had something. So it's.
I believe. Yeah, I think you're right. I believe that Shepard and Bo wrestled there. They got the quarters that year.
Yeah.
Which ended up being a Super 32 championship match or Fargo championship match, right?
Yeah, so they've done a great job getting that event.
It used to be like kind of Crown Point and not like a very strong field in the past, and then probably over the last 4 to 5 years, I think it really started like Jesse's senior year. They started adding more stronger teams in there, and it is a good event. It's they've used some of the connections, and obviously they were getting some of Jesse's connections nationally and Hawks connections, and then Scott Hinkle was over there, and Brandon's done a good job of getting teams in, and hopefully continues to stay like very tough tournaments. I think it's cool to have that event in Indiana. Now, like having Brownsburg, if you're Brownsburg and Crown Point, how many times do you want to see each other in season, right?
Yeah, yeah. So they don't, and even at they'll see each other at Else or not Al Smith. They see each other at the Ironman, but it's not that they match up that much, and they really don't match up. Surprisingly, they don't match up as much as you would expect at even this tournament too. So the good thing is it's not duels; they're not guaranteed to hit each other. I mean, they might. I'd have to go look and see how many times they actually wrestled like in the past couple of years, but it's not as many as you would expect. I think I don't know if they purposely kept on opposite sides or if it just. I think it's more kind of just luck of the draw, but they don't really see each other that much. Not as much as you'd expect. So yeah,
I like that Michigan lets you double bracket people.
I'd love to see them do that a little bit more with these tournaments. I'd love to see more of their backups. I think they were trying to do that. I think Cleveland was trying to do that with the Chittum kids. They had another 106 that was pretty good last year, and I don't know if they just wouldn't let them, or I don't know what the whole thing was with that. So
well, I was just looking at like Michigan's like just trying to see how many champs for Michigan, and at 120 they have the champ and the runner up at Division One. A couple weights where they DCC like doubled up medalist. Really good at 44, so he's probably 40, 50, 57.
Yeah, it'd be interesting how they do that because usually allow that stuff. Michigan does that. I love that. I think that's great that they allow you to have two. I think they limit 14 total, so you could double up at 7 weight classes. I believe that's how it is. I think that'd be a great idea for Indiana. It's one of my things that I think would be really cool because then I think it'd be great for the smaller schools that might not field a full dual team, but they would be able to say, hey, we got 14 guys on the team, and you could keep those other kids out, keep them interested, and get them in the lineup. That even at more optimal weight classes, a lot of times you'll see kids going up 1 or 2 weight classes because they're making the lineup. Now they could wrestle a more natural weight class. I think it'd be interesting to see how that. And I know there could be some bigger schools that might double up some weights. I know like Center Grove last year had 2 really good 106 pounders. Do they put Joe Hamilton in? And I really don't know offhand one of their weaker weight classes that they say, hey, sorry, whatever pounder you are, you're going to stay home because we're going to bring Big Joe to the show. I don't know. And it'd be interesting to see how teams play that, especially even the bigger teams, how they would play that out at state series. I mean, can you imagine Joe Hamilton added to that regional? That was already brutally tough.
Oh, dude, I mean, you're already leaving really tough Colin Chef home. So, like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe strategically, you don't know if that's what you
want. Yeah, you probably. I mean, that's one you kind of would look at and say maybe we put Joe. We put him at 113, maybe. Something like that.
Does Dundee have 14 champs? Jeez, like 1A in Michigan or 3A, 3D3. No, they didn't win heavyweight. Man, they had like 9 champs in their lineup.
Jeez. Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't know if they're that. I mean, it'll be a good event. I'm excited. Definitely following it, seeing where those guys, how everything ends up at the Carnahan. Do you have some other notes before we rank something? We'll have a fun one today. Going to generate. I don't know. Will this generate? We'll talk about that. But had some fun comments on the. We need like a section of like mean comments from Facebook.
Man, I feel like sometimes it's just like, are you guys not reading? You didn't watch. I know when you didn't watch the show, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
they'll come at us like hot about something. But we literally talked about that.
Yeah, their comments are awesome. And I guess we had some comments about people that weren't dropped from the rankings, number one rankings, in the girls' side because over Thanksgiving there was an event and some girls made the semifinals and then their school said to come home.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Yes, and then they end up having to be pulled out of the tournament, and so someone was very upset that we did not drop them in the rankings. And two of the girls, one is a three-time champ. I'm pretty positive she has not lost a match in India. Yeah, there's a one-time champ, only a sophomore. Has not lost in Indiana. Both national level girls, two of the best. And I mean, if we're doing a top 5 pound for pound, I think they're in that. Pretty positive they are. And we don't drop people in rankings because of matches that don't occur. Just
Yeah, I think
some people got a little short-sighted in thinking that they had, yes, did they have 3 forfeits on their record? I guess so, but they weren't allowed to wrestle those matches.
I'm gonna tell you guys this, and here's some breaking news. I'm not gonna drop Brant Beck for a slam.
You're moving him up because that's region style wrestling, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, no, because it was against the Warriors. I might drop him a couple spots, but
yeah.
looking out for the boys, you know. But I seen that and I just thought that like that was like one of those things. I'm not even gonna justify that with a comment. Like it's like, come on, I don't do the girls rankings, but I thought that was like crazy. For what, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna be like go to the seat and be like, well, my daughter's won because she left a couple, and those girls are so good. They probably like, all right, cool, draw us out of the hat.
Yeah, yes, they are.
Cool. We draw the number 1 seed first match. Draw.
Yeah, I think we get some interesting comments there. Yeah, our semi-state rankings. We've had. I think everyone's been through their second update. We'll probably get some this week. I think. I don't know.
I'm going for update number 4 tomorrow, guys.
Yeah. So we don't. I don't pressure the guys to do updates. They do them on their own because they all have full-time jobs and stuff, and usually they're pretty regular with them. Just depends on
committing crimes out there. I got to get semi-state rankings in.
Yeah,
streets are hot, man. Keep my guy busy.
So, but yeah, it was fun, interesting conversation. And once I figured out the 2 girls, who the person was, I think she was only going after one, but then didn't realize there was another one that was drug into her argument, and it wasn't pretty. Just you can argue it. I mean, girls' rankings are tough because a lot of them beat each other and they're all pins, so you never know. Was this a fluke pin? Was this a legitimate? Did that type of thing? So it's kind of interesting to see. As some people probably have noticed, the website's kind of been kind of slow and stuff. I think it's better now. Andy Oberlin helped me out. I want to shout out to him. Told him I'd say thanks to him for helping get the website a little bit better. There's still some improvements we're looking to make. So if it's down for a minute, check back a couple minutes later because it might be restarting some things. So just as a heads up. So
next time we're going to rank my top 5 favorite emails of all time.
Oh, geez.
Number 1, number 1 is a classic. I think we should have saved it in the Hall of Fame. I might still have it in my emails.
The Michael Jordan one?
The Michael Jordan of wrestling. You might have heard. I know you guys are just casual fans. You might have heard of this guy, Kyle Snyder. Basically, my son's that kid. Yeah. I don't know, is that kid still wrestling? Because remember, he was like, maybe Jesse's ahead of him, but definitely not Zeke and definitely not whoever else. I was like, dang, bro. Like, and he's like,
I know
Jesse
where
was debatable.
I'm checking the roster because I know I want to say yes, he is senior.
Man. Senior, was he the Michael Jordan of wrestling?
I don't think he's a starter. Actually, he might be. I don't know. I don't know.
Man, that might have been the most like we don't like. That might have been the most like I'm burying other people's kids email I ever got. It was like so comical. Like I had to ask someone, like, is this dude for real? Like, or someone like using his email and like trying to throw me off.
I don't think the Michael Jordan of wrestling is 1-5 this year.
No. He didn't win. He didn't lose any championships. Joe, didn't you watch final season, Last Dance?
So, oh yes, man, we could have some good emails.
Bro, I got a whole. We used to have a section on the page where we would have a Hall of Fame of posts
Yeah.
of just like posts where people just post nonsense.
What was the? Oh, there. Where's one? I think I still have that. I still have that somewhere buried deep. What the one? I used to have it as my signature for a long time. It was a class wrestling one. I would have to. Oh shoot! I'd have
Man,
to.
I don't think that guy knew that we were friends with Hector like that. We flipped that email to him so quick, and he
Yeah.
flipped it to Seltzer. And like,
I'll have to find. I there's one. It was about class wrestling, and it was pretty funny.
the Michael Jordan of wrestling.
So tonight we're going to rank our most exciting wrestlers, and we did have our favorite wrestlers to watch, which I'm going to try. I guess I did have because we've ranked a lot of things these days. So we're trying not to double up, but so there was one that's on my list that he was on my favorite wrestlers to watch. So
is it all time or current?
All time. I'm going to have a sprinkle a little bit of both, I think. Let's see. I need to put the thing up. Give me a second. Mike and Joe ranks. That's from last week.
I got told if my boy Tyjon Newell wasn't number one, we're not friends anymore.
Oh no. Let's see.
Bro, like that email was long, detailed, attacked us on our knowledge of wrestling, attacked kids on their abilities. That one was a classic.
Yes. Oh yes. And I mean, early on, I did see some of the emails, and there's some good ones, and it's a Mike has a little bit different strategy. Kill him with kindness. Surprisingly, that's not the strategy of most people in the region.
No. I mean, I get it. Like, it's not lost on me what some of that happens. Like that one was lost on me. That one I was like, bro, what are we doing?
So, most exciting wrestlers. Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. This one's going to be kind of the whole theme of this is like guys that, at least in my mind, are guys that if everyone wrestled like these guys, wrestling would be the most popular sport. It's fun to watch, I mean, and I'll say, like, I'm not going to have like someone like Alex Sertzis on there. He was dominant. He was excited. I mean, but he just wasn't. I mean, we knew what was going to happen when he wrestled. It was going to be domination. So to me, that's, ho hum. So it's a little bit different. I'm going to go with this one's a little local one. But if you ever saw this kid wrestle, I mean, he had one move. It was a headlock, but he was like insanely flexible, double joint into the shoulders. He could do things like with his shoulders, would always find a head somehow. Garrett Weber of Leo.
I remember Garrett Weber.
He was a tough wrestler. He's the only one that I have ever seen get a defensive fall in freestyle. The kid, man, I want to say it was I have the name. I think who did Hereford wrestle in the state final? I want to say it was a Perry kid. I swear it was. I'd have to go find it.
Massingo?
Yeah, I want to say it was like Massingo or somebody. I'd have to double. I don't want to say that with too much authority, but he wrestled him in freestyle state, and like dominating him. Kid tried to gut, and he just reached back one hand because you can't touch two hands on the head in freestyle because it's, you're gonna hurt someone's neck, and held him there on his back and got a defensive fall. It was like one of the most nuts pins I've ever seen in my life. He would reach back for your head. Tough to wrestle just because he was so goofy and funky, and you knew what was coming. But if people wrestled like him, it would be a lot of fun. So. That's kind of a local flavor just because he was just fun to watch, and you never knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen, you just didn't know how it was going to happen. So,
Man. All right, so I'm gonna scratch some of this off my list. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down, so I didn't know which way we were gonna go.
I mean, go how
Uh,
you.
my
Oh, shoot, that's
my
mine.
number one, pretty exciting wrestler to watch. I agree. Like if everyone wrestled like this, there'd be way more fans in the sport. Still gets crazy amount of fans. Uh, People love him. They love his style. He still competes. Brendan Cosgrove, Hobart. Uh, Dude was just out there battling, just doing all kinds of craziness. I think he's the reason you guys have to weigh in singlets now.
Yes. The Brennan Cosgrove rule. If they make a rule about you, yeah, that's. I did not actually have him on my list, and I probably should have. I'm gonna go a little bit newer. I'm my whole kind of theory is some kind of funky guy, some that doesn't matter. You got to lay it on the line no matter what. Man, who do I want to go with? I'm gonna go Jake Hockaday. Liked how he wrestled. Always fun, good kid. Always just went after there. Made some stuff up as he went. Just insanely quick and just put points on the board a lot. Definitely one of my, definitely one that I'm excited to watch in college coming up. Oops. Go ahead.
My next one, I'm gonna go with another region guy. Like to score points. Uh, still actively competing in grappling and martial arts. Darren Elkins. Darren Elkins is a guy. Like didn't matter if it was 10-9. Dude was gonna go out there and he's taking you down, cutting you. It's gonna be a war. A lot of the way he fights in the UFC was a lot of the way he wrestled too, which is pretty cool.
Straight up, he's a region guy. If you look up region in the dictionary, you're gonna see a picture of him. Links to his fights, links to his wrestling. Yeah, great guy. See pictures of him training. I need to get him a new Indiana Matt shirt because you'll see him every so often. You'll see him sporting that. I sent him one a while back, and he's still wearing those proud. I know he gets on the social media and always comments on stuff. So, yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna go. Man, do I go with a headlocker? Not. I'm gonna go Kyrell Lavelle.
Man, my next pick's a Warren Central kid too, but it's not Kyra.
Lavelle always had dynamic matches, always out there putting on a show. Just extremely, very, very talented wrestler. Always, I mean, he was one that just got after it again. Just high level speed and just coming out with, things that you never know what's going to come out of, what he's going to do, but it's going to be exciting.
I don't think they were going to get a lot of love from the Newcastle faithful. Yeah, I mean, you pick Kyra. I'm going Dave Pearson. David Pearson.
Yes.
Dude was like letting you take shots while he's lat dropping you.
Yeah.
Multiple time semifinalist.
His IPO finals the one year, I want to say he pinned like a one of the Valiant Prep kids or something. He hit like a high flyer or whatever and just like buried him. It was nuts. Yeah, he's fun to watch. So yeah, that was a good one. Who do I want to go to? I have a good list of people that I'll have for an honorable mention, and I'm gonna go Angel Escobedo. A little bit of a safer pick, but I think probably more like college and afterward. He was always pretty exciting to watch wrestle. but one that just got after it, and just a lot of just very unique stuff, like the hip over on when he was on bottom. Those types of things that you just saw that he did that no one else did. Obviously, great competitor, NCAA champ, world team member.
So. We got to see him a lot. Like, obviously, we're the next town over. Yeah, he definitely put it on the line. He wasn't a guy that was grinding them out 1-0, 3-1. He's out there lat dropping guys. He's out there, throwing guys to their back. Yeah, that's a good pick. I'm going to go with another guy, real good dude. I mean, mine's pretty region heavy. I mean, Dave Pearson's not a region guy. This guy was like, I felt like he was a guy that came on and really just like racked up points. If you want to watch offensive wrestling, Andrew Howe, heavy hands, offensive wrestling, great dude, like very humble human being, which is crazy because how good he was. It probably still is. Honestly, I'm not trying to see him and have him,
start hand fighting you.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
What did Lucas Davison? I was asking him after he All American the 1 year, was working out with how. Does he have? He said, "Yeah." I said, "How heavy are his hands?" Like we call them anvil hands,
bro. When he was in high school, I think he had just won a title. I had a former teammate that was coaching Eric McGill, and they went to an RTC at Portage, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And he's like, and this dude's state champ too. He's like, "Yeah, I'll go." And he thought it was gonna be some drilling. He said Andrew hit him with a couple of clubs. He's like, "I'm done, man. I got to work tomorrow. Can't raise my head up." So, I mean, that was 17, 16-year-old Andrew.
Yeah. No, he great guy. The thing is, he's like probably those. If you're in a room, you would never. Not many people, unless you actually knew him, would know he's probably the baddest dude in the room.
Dude,
in 99% of the rooms he's in.
And he's
the best dude in that room.
Like you bring up like, and he was like in an era where it was unreal, like the Dakes and Taylors and Burrows, and like you ask him, he's like, "Yeah, those guys were pretty good." And it's like, bro, you were right there with those guys.
Yeah, you were in that same breath. I mean, that's what's nuts. And super nice guy, good. I'm glad to see that he's giving back to the sport and coaching and influencing those kids in the region. I don't know what it takes to get him over to Fort Wayne to coach my kid. Teach him.
I think he's done some stuff at the fort. I know he does a camp out there.
Yeah. We need him to live out here. We have too many coaches over in the region. We need them over here. So my number one. This is a pretty easy one. I'll go over my honorable mentions later. Reese Humphrey. Speaking of Andrew Howe, a lot of what Reese was kind of known for is maybe more after high school, also. But he was always wanting to put on a show. He definitely is one that wants to score points. Obviously, he wrestled Howe his senior year. Big brothered him with the headlock. We're still trying to work on getting that rematch. He's still active. He's still wrestling in the Claw or whatever. So he's still, and I know I think his son's a freshman, and I think he looks and wrestles just like him. So great guy, always fun to talk to, and just super high energy. I don't know what he runs on, but if you could bottle it up, I would love it. Yeah, awesome guy and just fun to watch. I mean, he has highlight reels of just tossing people. Pretty fun.
My number one.
Hopefully I didn't steal your one.
What's that?
So hopefully I didn't steal your one.
No. I like Reese Humphrey though. Nah, my number one, I felt like as a guy that always put it on the line, never back down, still competing. Who's number one 2 times, did a bracket. Jesse Mendez. I thought Jesse told me he's like in 6th grade, he was gonna be a 4-time champ. And we get told that a good amount, and came into a weight class with 2 defending champs in it. Curtis was a 2-time champ at that point, and Watts was a D1 commit, and then went out and won that weight. Won a weight with Blake Borman in it 1 year. Dude just went out there and wrestled Zeke 1 year. They bumped Zeke up to wrestle him. Just never backed down from a good match. And like I always tell people, the unique thing about Jesse is that guy loves wrestling. Like it doesn't matter if he's wrestling. Like he just killed Ryan Jack, right?
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that was
and
ridiculous.
that was a close match. Was that last year? He had to like put him to his back to like win.
Yeah, didn't Jack beat him in high school and won the? Who's number one? I
I
know he
thought
was in that bracket, but
he beat Jack in that bracket, but it was like a
okay,
close match, and then he
yeah,
lost
okay.
to Shane Van Ness. But man, just back to back years he did brackets, right? Or did he just do it 1 year? What did he
I
do?
think
Who's
he
number
did
one? Three
a couple
times or
of
two
years.
times?
I think he did 2 years, at least 2 years of brackets. He's like, hey, I'll do a bracket. He didn't
Yeah.
care. He just wants to wrestle. And
And dude, like I feel like it's only Indiana guys, right? Like Chad had a really good bracket when he was there too, with Pletcher, Yanni D, and Taylor Lamont.
yeah,
But yeah, dude,
he had a good
Jesse,
bracket.
yeah,
Jeez.
Jesse, just one of those guys. Like, and we talk about Indiana guys like, oh yeah, he's gonna go out there and kill it, and he has, and he's only gotten better, which is
He's,
amazing.
he's
Good kid
wrestling.
too, always always good Indiana Matt.
Yep. Yeah. He's like in the Hodge talk right now, which is pretty amazing, especially when you see some of the you have Mitch Messenbrink, Levi Haynes, guys like that are pretty Messenbrink's really dominant, and everyone kind of thought going in it was Messenbrink for the Hodge, and now now the like Mendez, what he did to Jack this weekend was like, oh boy, he's like, hey, don't forget about me, guys, because I'm pretty dominant. Um, I'll give the one that kind of got me on this, and I gotta put him on the list is Braylon Reynolds.
Man, that was gonna be one too. Yeah.
He's on my honorable mention. I was gonna try to sneak him in there. He's exciting to watch. I mean, even him and Rainey, he was getting after it. Not afraid to. He doesn't back down from anybody. Love watching him wrestle. Great kid, great family. He was the inspiration for this, so I got to put him on my honorable mention list. So yeah, that great kid. I just love his style. I mean, he has so much in his arsenal that you don't know what he's going to hit you with. He scrambles well. He'll tilt on you. He'll mix you. He'll slap a Chad Red cradle. You never know what he's going to have, and he's pretty damn good too.
Yeah, he's really exciting. Like you said, like last year when he wrestled Schaefer at Team State, he went arm spin. Like,
Yeah,
and I was just, you just don't really know what he's gonna do. And I think his trajectory is just going higher.
yeah.
He was really excited. He is really excited. So I actually had him on my list too. I'm at the pivot here.
I'll put it. I can put. I mean, these are our honorable mentions. So,
I mean, there's a handful, especially the current guys, of guys that are exciting to watch. And honestly, and I was disappointed last year he wasn't able to compete. I think Carter Fielding is incredibly exciting to watch wrestle.
yeah.
I think you just don't really know what he's gonna do. And I think I said in that show, like I would hate to coach him because like you just don't know. Some of the stuff he does is unorthodox, and but he's really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. He is a. Yeah, he's you got to watch because you don't know what he's going to do, and kind of you can't count him out of any match because he can put you to your back from every position. And I was just talking, we were talking about him. And I go, yeah, he's pretty good. I go, I don't think people remember that he beat MJ Staples at Fargo 2 years ago.
yeah, he is really tough.
I mean, he's not he's a really good wrestler. I think people kind of tend to forget about, they see something, they're like, oh, but yeah, he beat MJ Staples legitimately at Fargo. So,
and I like some of the stuff that the New Prairie guys are doing. I know some people I think were giving MJ a hard time. He did like a cartwheel, ankle pick,
yeah,
and like I think you got to have fun sometimes too, right? Like, well, you're not trying to show them up, but like you should go out there and have fun. I think Jeffrey Hyvert's a guy that gets kind of overlooked. Does well on his feet. I remember talking to the Maryville guys last year, and they were so ready to wrestle him at Al Smith with Marlon Kirksey. And I talked to Paul afterwards. He's like, we were like, thought he was going to go out there. He has his takedown record. He took us down and turned us the whole time. We were not prepared for that. And a guy that's, just another guy that puts up the points. That's like constantly going forward. Nice kid, really good kid.
Yeah. Yep. Couple others that I have on my list. Shane Perkey.
Shane Berkey was good.
Yeah, I mean, he was a Greco All American. Just loved to throw people. I mean, he put Angel Escobedo to his back in the semifinals, and you could like hear like a pin drop, just the gasp, and that was nuts.
Man, I was trying to think of someone that was a little more edgy too. Like who was someone that was like an edgy wrestler? You felt like they were always on like Gavin McGinley. I felt like was always like edgy. Like he
Yeah,
was like he walked that line. That doesn't have to be an honorable mention, but
yeah. Joey Butler, always fun to watch. Got after it, great scrambler, great. He's fun to watch now in college because I think the college rules kind of suit him. I guess I don't know if they suit him better or worse because he's always doing some crazy stuff, but he's always like you never know what he's gonna do, and
I I know a guy that was I know a guy that walked that fine line that was he's got a lot of region wrestling in him too. Like Mikey Ortega last year, but like Cody Goodwin was like a guy that he's a guy that I always felt like was always right there. Like he's gonna get you a fall or he could get DQ'd. Again, probably not a guy like I know like Bill loved that guy, Braylon. But like Bill loved that guy. And I know like that was probably a guy that kept him up a couple times. You
yes,
know,
yeah, you never knew what you're gonna get with him, but man, he was good. He was I the Al Smith seating meeting because he didn't make weight at what regional.
well, yeah, one year I think he got pulled for discipline, and then like then there was like a year, yeah, he missed weight.
And everyone's like, well, he didn't do anything. I go, he's really good. It was him and state finals for Center Grove last year, 75. Um, what's his name? There's a freshman. They were trying not. No one wanted to see Goodwin, but then all of a sudden, when I end up putting him like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Cradler.
yes, I can see his face. Anyway, I remember just that seeding meeting where we had Goodwin, probably like a 3 or 4 seed. He ended up winning it. Let's not be. And I'm like, and Bill and Vince were like, don't seed him. We don't care. We think he's the. I mean, we know he's the best kid in the weight. I mean, I'm sitting there like, I know he's the best kid. He's the best kid in the. Whoa, look at the criteria. I'm like, you guys, he's good, and he ended up winning. And like all of a sudden, I think I end up at one point had him at 7. I think he was matching up with. I'm pretty positive he was matching up with a Penn kid in the quarters. And all of a sudden, Harper's like, I think he's really good. I think he should be like a 3 seed.
Julian Weems is who we're thinking of.
Weems, yes, Weems. And Weems was a freshman. Was really good. Went in unseeded because coaches didn't want to. Coaches did not think that he was very good. He cradles his way to the finals. So the 2 guys that I was advocating for hard did not get where they should have been, and made it look good.
And that's happened a couple times, and obviously, like we're trying, like we're doing some seeding stuff, but there's a very big group of people that don't like change. Like this is the way it's always been done, or this is how the seeding meeting's always gone. This is how we always seed it, and it's like, but is it right? Like, are you separating the best guys? No. I think one year, like Drew Hughes was like an 8 seed, and he ended up like walking through the Al Smith, and I know they were like, dude, he's really good. He's already wrestled a bunch of these guys, and like, no, like he's a freshman, he needs to earn it. Like, cool, like, or we can do it right.
Yeah,
we can do it how it's always been done, or we can do it right.
Seed and put him in a. I mean, I remember the 1 seed. I remember that exact because I was there, and it was, I think it was an Elkhart Memorial kid, and he ended up. They for some odd reason it was like returning Al Smith finalist or something. He might have won it too the year before, but didn't like qualify for state. And he ended up getting it. I remember it was a Seltzer guy. I don't remember it was a Seltzer, so I can't remember whether it was I think it was Elkhart Memorial. And then he gets just, Drew runs, into him on that first day and just manhandles him, and it's like, yeah, you probably didn't want that 1 seed there. You really probably wanted the 2 or 3. So
And I think like it's done like in seeding a little bit more guys and like, at Dallas Smith, and I think it's but there's just like this old like we don't post results because we don't want people scouting us out. Like, bro, you're not hiding anything. Like,
well,
stop.
it's also that like, well, we gotta go off in season results. In season results, I'm like, these kids have seen each other at ISWA, at Super 32, at IPO. I go, even if they didn't see each other in season, we saw them in September. We saw them wrestle in September.
Well,
You know, and I understand you don't want to use that as your hard results, but at the same time, we had one a couple years ago. Two guys, there's arguing over a seed, and like, didn't they wrestle at Super 32? Yeah, who won? Well, he majored us. Yeah, you don't get the seed. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. That's not what we're gonna use on everyone. But we have an opportunity to say, hey, just
like,
and
and I get it, man. You want to fight for your kids, but put that same energy into the training.
Yeah,
Like,
you want to see that competition though. I want my hands on those guys. That's the thing. It seems like we missed the point of what we're doing. No one's won the state title in December or early January now, as it is now. And I think someone pretty much quoted me in text. I'm pretty much quoting a text from somebody like, after the first 3 or 4 seeds, we don't care. We want to see that competition because we want to get our hands on it and say and make those adjustments. But I don't know why you don't want to. Hey, I want a little bit tougher route to see where we're at and maybe some motivation and like, hey, this guy beat you, but look, we can do this and this.
and honestly, we just want it to get right. Like, as people that are helping seed the term, we want it right. Like, you think Drew Hughes cared that he was the 8 seed or the 1 seed? No, he was walking. I think he stuck his way through the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that Cody Goodwin cared? No, like he was probably like, cool. They didn't care, but like we want to make sure that the right guys are seeing the right guys,
There's a cascading effect when you do it poorly, of you're affecting other kids, and maybe it's that 5th through 8th place finishers that end up getting that number 1 seed that drops down. That if the seeds would have been right, that kid would have placed, but now he's running into the number 1 seed who's maybe a 2 or 3, whatever it is. But yeah, so
there was like 1 year where like maybe it was like the first year the Carnahan was really good, and I forgot where Crown Point had gone right before that too. And they had went somewhere where it was really tough, and they had some kids that were like under 500. They might have some kids that are under 500 going in this year, right?
Yeah.
And then they put like almost all their kids into the semifinals.
Yeah.
And I remember they were like, hey, remember this kid like that they didn't want to seed? He was 6 and 10. Like, probably should have, right?
Yeah. So.
And I think like those guys know who's good too, right? Like it's not lost on me.
All those coaches know exactly. They know like, yeah, that Cody Goodwin's good, but we're gonna. It's this weird feeling and thought that maybe he'll get beat or something. Maybe but when you argue that much, 90% of the time he's gonna end up right in like that quarter bracket of your kid, and you're gonna be like, oh crap. So, man, that was a good tangent. Some other ones that I had on my list: Billy Nagel.
Billy Nagel liked to throw headlocks.
Yes. And
Billy Nagel was the only person I ever saw. We had a kid. It was pretty good. Beat him at a freestyle tournament, and I don't even know why. He just challenged it, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna run it back." And I remember thinking, like, "How? Like, what are you challenging?" It's like football. Like, what are you exactly challenging? Like,
nice.
And then I think he ended up headlocking him, and it was just like, bro, like, what can we challenge now? Like, oh no, like it's one challenge, and it's like,
that's awesome.
It's the only time I ever seen it work.
Yeah. Brody Bauman. Always excited to get after it. Modern day, throw a modern day kid on there, and then Ricky Clark.
Slick Rick.
Rick. Oh,
I seen someone in the chat said Samuels.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. So those are mine. And any others that you had on your list?
Like, obviously, like there's a lot of really good guys. Like I was a real big Chad Red fan. I know he's probably like the most polarizing, like 4-time champ. Like either you love Chad Red or you hate him. I thought CJ brought a lot of excitement.
Yep. I agree.
You really didn't know what he was gonna do. I mean, you didn't know what Chad Senior was gonna do. Like he was doing a lot of stuff and not in a bad way. Like he was doing. I actually miss Chad Red Senior being in the chair. Like he was doing a lot of craziness. I don't know if that was part of the plan or like he would cover his mouth on like one side, like I don't. Yeah, like I don't know what that is, but
I don't know if you get good echo or how that works, but
it's still working, right? Like
yeah, he still does it. I mean, he's still in the chair when he's coaching.
Yeah, it's still working. Obviously, he's had a lot of success, but he like CJ was a guy that I really did think was one of those guys that embraced the moment.
Oh yeah.
One of the best Indiana matches ever. Nick Lee, Chad Red, right? Like
his and his who's number one bracket, that was absolutely bonkers.
Oh, dude, yeah,
that was awesome to be there in person and see him do what he did there.
Oh, and we got to see Gable and all of his villain glory beating the Lehigh recruit at Lehigh, and then
we were almost cheering for him.
Yeah. You want to go watch like a crazy? Go watch Chad Red, Luke Pletcher like scramble. That was, dude. That thing's real deal. There's a lot of like point scoring people. Like there's some throwers. There's some people like I think that like the unpredictability of it sometimes is like more exciting. I know he wrestled this past weekend, and man, he's been around wrestling college for a while now. Like I feel like in the region when he came over from Michigan, like Riley Bedich was like an unpredictable wrestler. Like he was a guy like I didn't know what he was gonna do. Like he's also a guy. Everything in my I thought he was the year that I think CP ended up losing. I think Seltzer slammed him. And I was like, bro, Riley's going to stay down. And he got up and like finished the match. And it was a pretty good slam.
Yeah.
Like back 03, like sometimes like the bad guy, like where the crowd kind of turns on him a little bit. Like a guy like Jose Escobedo at one time was like the guy that everyone was booing pretty good. And he embraced it pretty well. He's kind of pivoted and he's a really good coach. But Kike, of that group of those guys that they loved, like Andre, Angel, Alex, Kike got some hate.
Yeah, yes, he did. For some odd, I remember. But now the first year we were at Ironman, he was being the peacekeeper when there was almost a fight breaking. I was like, so now we call him Father Jose.
Dude, great dude. Big Bears fan. Probably loving the Bears' success for right now. But guys like that, like I always wonder, like how does the crowd turn on you like that? Like how does like the pivot go where everyone across and he's not a bad dude, he's a really good dude, and just like I can't even think of another guy that like everyone just like turned on instantly. I think Chad got a little bit of it too. There was a real strong Nick Lee love when he wrestled Chad.
Yeah. That was some good stuff. I'm sure I can't wait for the comments on this because as you said, you had a little bit different list to start, and I always like, it's always kind of fun to talk about this.
Oh, I know I'm getting some hate mail for sure. Because there's like some of them that are in there is man, someone's not gonna watch the show and I'm gonna get a message that's gonna say something along the lines of like, I can't believe you put this guy in there or this guy, or I'm like, did you watch the show and hear the rationale behind what we're doing?
I'm gonna try to cut this portion out so I can attach it. No one's gonna click it. Let's
no.
They don't even click the link for the power polls.
No. And
then they just feed it in the door. Yeah.
I'm sure we're about to get some Newcastle hate because I think one year like Dave Pearson got slammed in the ticker round and Kyrell and Gavin Whitehead was a rowdy match of the semi-state.
Man, where's Johnny at? Speaking of Newcastle, Johnny, you out there?
I know, man.
I haven't heard from him. And Newcastle has a pretty solid team. They're in the vote-in. We need Johnny pumping them up. Gassing them up.
We should just have one person represent the entire community when they're getting the vote in.
Yes. Yeah, you got to get, gas your guys up. Yeah, so I will show this on the screen. We don't always do this. New team rankings come out tomorrow from Dane. So just so you guys know, straight from the source. So I better get some graphics ready.
Yeah. And make sure you guys sending your information, turn your results in. I know I was talking with or texting with Dan. We don't really call I'm not a call person. I'm more of a text person.
Yeah.
But just like, obviously he's not going to see Hanover live. I said, they're pretty good. I asked like, hey, has Southmont been sending their stuff in? Because they're pretty good too. I said,
Yeah.
they have some guys. And he's like, yeah, they have. I said, they're a team that probably could be in the mix for that 1A vote in.
Yeah. And there's 4 votes for that. So it's going to be good. I'm excited to hear who gets all in.
If they don't get seated, I hope they get put in the same bracket as Rochester. I want to see Lane Horn and Mason, Gavin Mason.
I bet they. I mean, especially like 1A. Usually those teams kind of get put in there. Neil Bailey. Yes,
he's a showman. He was a showman for sure.
Yeah, yes, he was. That's. I mean, and that's kind of our list. I mean, obviously Mike's has a little bit more of the bad guys. Some of the bad guys. Some of the guys,
man,
they weren't even bad. It was just like for some odd reason. But yes, that's you never know what's going to happen before, during, or after the matches.
How does that? I really want to know like the psychology of the crowd because I mean, back when like the internet wasn't that strong. Now we get like you can get a 30-second video of Kyrell machine gunning the crowd, right?
Yeah.
But like, how did these guys know that when Kike walked in that gym, they were going to boo him on Friday night? How did they know, like, when Eric and Cosgrove were going at it, they were going to boo McGill? Like, does that just like, hey, like, these guys are booing him, let's also boo him?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's kind of smart. Starts with a small group of people that maybe are from the region or Indy or wherever, and then like, oh, we're booing this guy, let's go. It's like a sociology experiment where, you have a small group of people start booing somebody, and they go, I guess he's a bad guy, so we're gonna start booing him too.
Man, you ever booed somebody?
I mean,
I know I did for sure.
Like professional, maybe like we'll boo the Brewers. Yeah. I mean,
I don't even know if I've ever booed a team at like a professional event.
Well, you're not a real fan then.
I know. I'm trying.
I'm sure you mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, the one thing is you try not to boo kids.
I don't know if I've ever like
tree boos. Nice.
Where?
It has to be some kind of like, and I'm like sociology type people group think of like all of a sudden like you're hearing all these people boo it and they're like, oh, I guess the guy's a bad guy, let's boo him.
I had to boo Jason Cook one time.
I boo him all the time.
Smoke my boy in the semis, the semi-state. I was my guy. He was not nice about it.
He was not nice about it. That's not good. Yeah, I was gonna put him on my most exciting wrestlers, but I'd be lying because I really never saw him wrestle because it was like when I was in college.
It was more exciting, I think, as a senior year. Him and Jordan Humphrey was a good match.
Yeah. So, man.
Oh man, you know who could have been on there? That's probably under the rivalries. Brendan Black and Chris Rumford.
Yeah,
those were matches.
Those. I mean, Black was always rest in peace, but good kid. He was always exciting to wrestle because he was another one that you never knew what was going to happen, and wasn't afraid to lay it on the line. Wasn't afraid to, try something that was not advised.
And you got to coach him a couple of times on some of those guerrilla teams. So
Yes, and
in a less restrictive atmosphere. I was sure some of those guys let it fly a little bit more.
Yeah. And those types of kids, I'm like, I'm glad I get you for a weekend, and I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with you in the room because this is. I mean, I should make a list of guys that I love to watch, but I would never want to coach. I never want to. I want to sit in the chair just because I have a front row seat, but I'm not going to try to. And there's a lot of those guys in there. Yeah.
Andrew Bradbury was good too. But like, I feel like that's one of those like rival ones. Like if you got Andrew Bradbury and then you're also going Alex Ramos, those guys had some battles. That state championship match in like '99, and dude, Ramos got him all year, and then Bradbury dumps him to his back, and you're like, oh man, this is Andrew's spot. And then I think Ramos ends up pinning him. So, but Bradbury's out there doing the thing now. Hanover Central.
Yep. So, man, 2 hours episode. Good stuff. Big week. Rankings. Yeah. You said
I think
Semi-state rankings tomorrow, probably.
semi-state rankings will be out tomorrow, I believe. State rankings. I'm starting to move some things around, but I always want to see what the guys semi-state wise, what they have too, just so I'm not like way off. I mean, we don't always agree. We're not always going to agree, but I think I just want to see kind of see what they're also thinking, especially when we're doing 25. I don't want to take someone that's completely out of left field and put them in, but I've done that before too. So sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong.
Yep. No.
But a lot of times I'm right.
Yeah. So this week gonna be another good week of wrestling, and then get Christmas week should be kind of a little bit. I mean, we're gonna be seeding the Al Smith. I don't think there's much going on next week other than I know there's Brownsburg versus Garrett, Columbus East, and Franklin got rescheduled to the 23rd.
Dang, day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Christmas Eve. And yeah, Garrett's going down to Brownsburg on the 23rd too. So Belmont Adams Central 23rd. Man, 23rd is going to have that's a good little Christmas treat there.
Slivko almost made my most exciting wrestlers list too. Because I feel like he'd always have those crazy matches.
Yeah. I think according to our schedules, we have some matches on the 24th and 25th. I'm guessing those are not, I think those need to be changed.
Exciting. Opening presents and then going to wrestle?
Yeah. Calumet River Forest on Christmas Day. Is that how you guys do it in the region?
That's how we do it.
Christmas Day.
Hey, in the mill holiday. There's going to be boys in the steel mill.
That Lakeland Bishop Lures match on. Yeah, I'm going to have to check the schedules there. Some of those don't always get pushed to the right days, especially this time of year. So should be some good matches. Definitely have to check the Mooresville Holiday Classic. They are not the 26th and 27th. I don't know. Have to check some things. But I know girls have about one more weekend or two more weekends, and then they have sectional comes up first and second, so they only have a few more weekends. We'll be going heavy on that, so tune in next Monday. We'll have a lot to talk about again. Hopefully 2 hours Christmas episode. Got to rank something Christmassy. Last year it was Christmas movies.
Oh,
the eternal question is: Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
I don't know, man. I mean, it took place during Christmas, but
yeah,
I know people like to throw it in there. But there's so many good Christmas movies too.
Yeah, so we'll have to, maybe our favorite Christmas songs. We'll have to be something Christmassy.
Ooh. Dude, I've been on the Christmas songs too.
I'll have to find the channel and start listening to.
Dude,
that might be what we rank. I don't know. So
man, there's definitely some Christmas songs. Favorite Christmas gift you ever got?
Favorite Christmas? No. What about the favorite Christmas gift you never got?
Man, that's everything my whole life.
Bring back some. Will those memories be worse than the going into the Calumet wrestling room or?
Dude, I like going in there, but man, it's unique.
Yes,
it's got a little smell to it. I don't think we ever really mopped under the mats enough, honestly. I don't think
anyone ever does that enough.
Did you guys have like custodial workers? A shout out to the custodial workers. A couple of things about Calumet actually. Shout out to the custodial workers. I said that last week. I walk in there, it's bombed out. Bless their hearts, but this is this holiday season. Yeah. Should have brought them gift cards or little gorillas. They earned the little gorilla this week.
Yes.
The custodial workers at Calumet. But man, I feel like some of the sinks weren't even working. Got $1 million gym. We got running water. Come on, guys. Did you guys have custodial workers mop the mats for you? Did you guys have to do it yourself?
We had custodians did that at Carroll. At Garrett, we'd had to do it ourselves. And then yeah. So at Carroll, they actually would do the laundry. We had like practice shirts and shorts, and we actually did at one point. We had the kids, had their own like a pin or whatever, put their stuff on. Then we just did our own shirts and stuff.
Yeah, fancy, huh?
Yeah, that's how you do it in Carroll district. Fancy stuff.
So at Calumet, if you had a D or an F, you had to mop the match around a map crew, and you had a captain who had the worst grade point average. So then they like basically you just had kids mopping mats, which I'm sure we didn't do a good job. I,
No.
I was only on there once when I was really young, and then I realized that wasn't going to be the life for me. We couldn't like leave our gear out because we had a janitor that was snatching shirts. Be wearing your shirt to school.
Nice.
Rest his soul, though. Bless that guy. He's
Uh,
gone.
any
So,
any
the whole,
custodial worker at a big wrestling tournament, you need to be paid double. I mean, at Ironman, that place is that school is so small. There's so many people, and it's like those restrooms just, man, the plumbing system there gets worked.
dude. Um, I don't know about you guys, but Calumet Township had hard water. You couldn't have light T-shirts. You had to have dark T-shirts. You get because you never have a white T-shirt. You have like off white always. Yeah, I still to this day have a phobia about buying, and we have regular city water. It's not great water, but I still don't want to buy white shirts. Get nervous.
You're still scarred for life. So yeah. Anyway, well, we're gonna get out of here. We will see you next Monday. I will be at Carroll Saturday. I will be at the RAF most likely. Saturday. I don't know where I'll be this week. Anything? What?
I'm trying to. I made some promises. I was going to go party with some people on Friday, but then I forgot I have Kim's company Christmas party, so I'll be in the city. And then Saturday, I'm probably going to stop in at the Carnahan for a little bit, hang out, see my boy Eric Newell, Eric Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas Eric.
Thomas Eric. I might go to his golf simulator. I think he has a golf simulator. I'm going to go hit some golf balls.
Nice. I need. Oh man, there's nothing. Not a lot of good, crazy, good event. All the good stuff. Maybe I'll go over to Penn to watch the New Prairie Penn match. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be fun.
So
I don't know. Like you got to get some guarantees. You got to get Devin to lock in some contracts. Make sure that you don't want to show up and watch like Prairie's varsity versus Penn's varsity too.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have no plans. Actually, it'd be nice to have a day that I can probably maybe go Christmas shopping or something. Because I guess kids want presents. I don't know. Kind of needy. So anyway, we will be back next week. Stay tuned for ranking updates and all that fun stuff we have throughout the week, and we will see you guys later.